Good evening, Sunday night. Good evening. How are you doing? This is the Sunday night replacements hanging out here. Um, we are just getting started. We just played the music. That was the first time actually playing it live for you guys, and I hope you enjoyed it. It was written by a young lady by the name of Jinx, who Jinx is this amazing young lady. She actually plays on Wednesday nights. And, I mean, if you guys do not know who this young lady is, then you need to try to get a hold of her and check her out. Because it is, like I said, the young lady's just amazing. Sorry, I'm a little preoccupied if you couldn't tell. I'm trying to do something at the same time over here. Because something isn't fitting right on the screen, and it's driving me a little crazy. Okay,
Just a little?
Just a little. Just a little crazy. It's a symmetrical thing, and it's bothering me.
You have to shrink the Tarrasque down to get it to fit on the map.
Yes. Yes. What the hey? You know what? Do I bother with it?
Know what?
Do I worry about it? Do I let it go?
Just don't look
Or
at that part of the screen tonight.
Just
Yeah.
don't look at that part of the screen tonight. I'm not sure if that's gonna work.
Is it that one? Is it just that one square green when all the others are gray?
Yes. It's just that one little. No, it's one little clear square right down there next to the Nat 20 thing.
I was making a
There
Team
we
4-star
go.
reference.
There we go. Okay. Nope. Now we got that up there. What the hell? How are you guys doing?
We are doing good, sir.
Okay, there we go. Now I'm good. You guys
Much
have a
better.
good weekend?
Yeah.
Yeah, after it cooled down.
Right. Yeah. So how about we tell Strahd to leave? I'm not gonna
Yeah,
kick
get
him
out.
out this time.
You gonna kick him out of the server?
Yeah,
I'm not
go
gonna
kick
him
it.
out of I'm not gonna kick him out of the server like I did last time. That was a little on the embarrassing side. It's like, oops, didn't mean to do that, Strahd, buddy. Didn't mean to do that at all. Okay, there we go. Musico, why don't you go ahead and leave too, because we don't really need you for the rest of the stream, so you can leave. Disconnect. There we go. I'm gonna get a lot smoother than that because that took a few minutes and that was really rough and I got distracted and I apologize. I may be a professional, but I'm far from perfect. I don't even know half the time if I'm actually a professional. Anyway, we got a recap from anyone? Anyone?
Oh, I don't have my. Hold on. I was getting Jinx's Instagram. I'm distracted too.
I was gonna say,
Look, a flying squirrel.
For real?
We were-
It's easy to get distracted.
we ended up killing Cloven.
You, killed Cloven.
We sent a bunch of shit to Strahd, literal shit,
Yes.
through a portal.
Mm-hmm. Do you know where that because you've ran Curse of Strahd. Do you know where that portal went?
I don't remember where that one actually went to. I want to say it was like the coffin room, or is
Yeah, it was right outside the coffin room.
somewhere down there. But,
Yeah. Down in the cellars.
So it'll be a
Expect-
nice steamy gift for him.
Oh, it'll be totally nice. The
we
funny
did-
thing is that there's zombies down around there that might just eat those body parts. So you might have fed the zombies. Good job.
Might have. Thank you.
Did you find it yet? Missing?
Oh yeah, I have it. Sorry, I thought.
I thought for sure you were getting ready to be distracted and say, "What was I looking for?"
No, I pulled it up. I didn't remember looking, but I pulled it up. It's already it's on my thing. Ready to go.
By the way, viewers, I want you to know that our two ladies here, Missing and Kat, you didn't have to take off the cowboy hat.
I like the hat.
Yeah.
Missing and Kat are wearing the exact same shirt. Odd, but nice enough. So I appreciate it. I appreciate when we coordinate with each other and stuff like that. My shirt looks like it matches, but there's nothing written on it. It's not, I am odd, but good enough. But you ladies have the shirt to go with it, so I appreciate that. Boys, you got to step up the game and start matching each other.
All right.
Coordination.
Lucky I got pants on.
What'd you say?
I said, you're lucky I got pants on.
You know what? It's Sunday, so you're really doing a good job. I even have my pants on too. It's
We
hot.
wouldn't be able to see.
Let's not risk it anyway. I feel like we should be fully clothed on Twitch.
Probably.
I was like, you wanted to get up and just start running back and forth in front of the camera.
At least while we're streaming. Pants are required.
At least
So
for
the
streaming,
5 minutes,
please.
the 5 minutes
I'm not going to make
after-
rules for everybody, but
I mean, I have a feeling, Morgan, you are wearing pants because at break you have to go take care of the calf, and I doubt if you do that without pants on.
Yeah.
I wouldn't. That sounds like a bad idea.
He does it
Watch
with
me.
shorts on so you can see his calves.
That's right.
Mind you, as you're saying this, I'm kind of looking off to the side. I'm like, how many times have I worked in the barn or rushed out to the barn in either my
Thought
sleep
he was
pants
going to say how
or
many times he's been sitting there without his pants on.
Like, I have totally been to the barn in my pajamas. That's not the same.
say
No pants.
shorts,
There you go.
everything,
Whatever works.
goals.
Hey, you guys want to play D&D?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah,
Okay. Why don't you give us a recap real quick?
All right. So
Please.
we talked with Otto and Siegfried and found out that Cloven is in charge, but he's not very nice to the family. He starves people. He rings the bell for dinner time and then doesn't feed anybody. And they convinced us that he is a very, very bad guy. So they also told us that the first one, which is the first person, is still around and guarding the family and will attack anyone who isn't Strahd or Cloven. So we gave him a goat. We got them all set up. We talked with them a little bit about what life might look like after the abbot is gone, now that he's dead. Alicia is going to help them with their gardening skills. And we're going to maybe teach them how to hunt, some things like that. We actually went up to Cloven's room. He was drunk. Tobias talked to him for a second, and then he made a move to attack us, and we slaughtered him. Let's see. Yeah, we had tried to convince him that the abbot retired, but that didn't work. So we found, in his room, we found a teleportation circle. We found body parts that at first looked like Joe's. Luckily, we didn't believe that. And we ransacked his room. Talon and Belivar examined the teleportation circle, and we're pretty sure that it connects to the inside of Strahd's castle. Sorry, I got other notes here too. And then Alicia spilled a chamber pot on herself, so that was fun.
Oh no.
I forgot about that, but yeah.
Yep.
That sounds like it was fun.
Yeah, it was great. Yeah, that's actually where we had to leave off. Because we
Okay.
didn't get to finish.
Well, you guys are outside the, no, you were inside on the first floor, right? Yep. No, you were on the second floor when we
Second floor.
stopped.
We're still in Cloven's room.
Okay.
Yeah, I think we were still packing up there.
Yes. Okay. So, what do you guys want to do? You were upstairs there. You already, you have all
We were
that
about-
stuff that you were looking for. You weren't looking for it, but you went looking and you found some things, and you know what you need to do. You do have the people are downstairs on the first floor outside waiting for you.
I think we should proceed with taking out the first one and delivering the goat to the rest of the family, the Bellevues.
Should we call Joe to come help us with this one? Means we did leave her at the wagons.
Outside.
Belvar is gonna go to the window.
Or have Tobias go get her switch.
Tobias goes, I'll go out there. I wanted to check on Esmeralda anyway.
Check.
Yeah, no, that's shit.
Wow.
Right?
We just
Wow.
lost our wagons.
Wow. That almost hurts. Almost.
We know better than to trust them together.
Are we gonna be seeing the wagons shaking and creaking?
Look, if the wagons are rocking, don't come and knock.
That's right.
I need
Bob's
the
out.
knock spell now, just for that reason.
Esmeralda comes to the. You'll come in through the gate. Joe. So Joe, if you look in Owlbear, when you come in through this gate right here, you came through there. You saw Otto. You saw Grizz, right? Grizz, yeah.
Siegfried, or
Grizz Freak and
Zig.
Zeke Freak.
Oh my
Right
God,
there.
that's-
You'll come through, you come over to this door, and Tobias told you where to go. You came in there, you went up those stairs to join them. You did see there were stairs going down also, Joe. But once you're on the second floor, you see that there's a door right here to where you guys could go out that door and go across the walkway by all the made up scarecrows. You could go down, you could check out that basement, you could go down, go outside, and cross over the courtyard. You have a couple different choices of where you could actually go, what you could do. But Joe is now with you.
Okay.
And Tobias and Esmeralda are talking and strategizing. And
Is that what we're calling it nowadays?
I'm sure.
yes, that is what we are calling it.
Well, if we go through the top, we don't have to worry about the murderous one in the middle of the courtyard.
Sounds like a better way to go.
I would say that, yeah.
Yeah, let's cross along the top.
Okay. Who's in charge of Bob?
Josanna.
Yeah.
I believe
Joe?
she has the
Okay.
control of Bob.
Okay. Don't forget to move Bob also, Joe. So as you guys move across that top there, you see the scarecrows lining the abbey walls, looking outward, wearing tattered chain shirts and spears with very rusty heads. And the courtyard below you is blanketed with fog. There is about a 15-foot drop if you go off the edge accidentally. If you were to just end up falling off where you guys are precariously at. Who is that? That was Cloven, right? Yeah. Who's
Yeah.
now dead. And there's two different doors to choose from: the one by Bob and the one by Joe.
Are they both locked or?
Neither door is locked.
Okay.
It's kind of strange if they're supposed to be locked in here.
Well, maybe they lock from the outside so they can't get out instead of locking from the inside so somebody can still get in.
Who wants to go first? I'll hold the door open for you.
Which door?
He'll slowly push in the one in between him and Joe. Just like,
I'm gonna have Bob stick his head in and check it out.
Okay. He sticks his head in there. And then he slowly walks in and looks around. And just want to make sure something real quick.
Suddenly werewolves.
sure, one of them looks like a werewolf.
As that door opens and you let Bob walk in there, you can hear it sounds like a barn and a zoo and a madhouse all wrapped into one. But it doesn't sound like it's coming from that room. It's kind of echoey. You could see that that room had a door in it, and then there were stairs that led down. I want Joe and Talon, go ahead and give me perception rolls, since you two were right there.
I got a nat 20.
Oh my gosh! You can tell immediately. You'll correct Talon if he's wrong. You you can tell immediately that the sounds are coming from downstairs.
Okay. So I think we're good to look upstairs because everything's coming from downstairs right now.
Yeah, I mean, you would definitely assume that.
Hold on, I have an idea. Let's close this and then ask Bob to open the door to make sure it doesn't lock from the inside before we get there.
Okay, so we don't get locked in.
Yeah.
Okay. Bob, open the door from the other side.
Shut the door.
You see him trying, but it won't open.
Okay. Can we take one of the scarecrows and stuff it in the doorway to hold it open?
You sure can.
Which one of us actually grabbed Cloven's key? Because we went there to get the key. You did, Curse?
I have a ring of keys from him.
Okay.
About 12 of them on there.
Belvar's gonna chime up. If needed, I think I could Misty Step from one of the windows back onto this walkway.
I mean, we still got to remember there's 40 of them in there that may or may not like us.
True.
At least. Plus the young ones.
Doesn't sound like they're upstairs right now, though. So as long as we're not too loud, we might be able to go unnoticed. They're also very loud themselves.
Although with animalistic behaviors, do you think they could smell us? They're crossed with like everything, because was it Otto has like the face of a dog?
Yeah, Otto is very Otto is very animalistic in his own sense.
Yeah.
He is where are you at, Otto? Yeah. Otto description of him is Otto 4'9", squats instead of standing upright. Resembles a beardless dwarf with patches of donkey flesh covering his face and body, one human ear, one wolf's ear, and a protruding wolf's snout. More wolf and donkey mix, kind of.
Wonky.
A wonky.
He was
It's
wonky.
better than a dolph. A wonky. Yeah, I like wonky.
Okay. All right, we'll push the door back open and
And actually it's a pull door. You pull it open. It pulls towards Joe. And when you do pull it open, you do see on the inside there is a keyhole that you would be able to unlock from the inside.
I was gonna say Bob wasn't pulling when he should have pushed, right?
No, he was trying to push. He was trying to open it and it wouldn't budge.
All right.
You never know.
You never know with Bob.
Alan, would you like these keys?
Hmm?
To try in the door? Would you like this key ring?
Sure. Talon will test the door, see if any of the keys work.
I mean, it takes you a few moments, Talon, but you end up figuring out which key it is. Give me just give me a D20 to kind of mark how well you memorize which key it is. You can use your history.
And, I don't remember which one, but I pointed out to everybody. Three?
Did
They
somebody
all
else-
they're
I'm
keys,
holding
man.
the door as
They're
you
keys.
say
They
it.
all
Can
kind
I
of
see
look
what-
alike.
Can I see what key it is? Because I'm probably holding the door as he's checking this.
Go ahead. And,
Yeah, you say that, but I could put a USB in 3 times before I get it right, and it can only go 2 ways.
Right? Yeah.
No idea how long it takes to unlock the car like that.
Just so you know, I have a small little treasure chest that has about 25 USBs in it, and I know exactly what the one looks like that I need, but I can never find that one. So, you know, even if you memorize what key it is, you may not be able to figure it out.
Doesn't
What
always
would you
mean we
get for
can find
having
it.
too many? I got a dirty 20, so I think
Okay.
I'm good.
Yeah. Joe looks at you for a second, Talon, and points to which one it is, and yeah, with Joe's help, you'll be able to remember which key it is.
I feel like she took it out and was like scratched on it upstairs door, like put the tape on it. There you go.
It is marked.
Yeah, you rolled 1, and
Joe
luckily,
just has a pocket of those little silicone things you put on the top of keys. She just
yeah.
You
pops the right color on there.
This is the red door.
Yeah.
Yep.
Wait, do I have anything to mark it with?
Even like a dagger or something, you could probably just kind of scrape into it a little bit.
I was gonna say yeah.
Notch it or something. Alrighty, in we go
Like a
then.
candle. Put some wax on it.
Yeah. We'll get you guys some fingernail polish so you can put little dots of color.
On each key.
Yeah.
And then on each door.
Okay. So you enter that door, that room right there. And as you enter the room, it looks like it was some type of an office at one time. The wooden counter shaped like an L stands at the front of the spacious office, but all the other furniture is rotted away, leaving heaps of moldy wood and faded cloth and everything. And like I said earlier, you can hear that down below there's whoops, there's laughter, there's screams. It sounds like somebody like taking Joe. Anywhere in your past, was anyone ever inside of a jail or a cage or anything like that you would know what it sounds like when somebody is running metal, even like a little metal can or something against the bars?
Yeah, I would have known.
So you can hear that down below. And you know almost instinctually exactly what that sound means.
I'm gonna let Talon know that they're probably in cages downstairs. And that's probably why there's so many keys.
We'd probably know the sound from the Reformation Center, wouldn't we? Or did they have them like doped up or mind controlled or whatever they were doing?
Well, even up there on the second floor, anyone who was a tier 1 prisoner, but the problem was that they didn't really have anything they could have ran against it.
Okay.
Whereas, because the people in the Reformation Center were a little more subdued and basically just sat there waiting until they were taken out of their cell. They weren't like majority of them weren't even capable of taking a piece of metal, let alone a tin can or something, and rattling it against the cages.
Okay.
Because they didn't have that in their minds. They already knew they were in trouble. They knew that anything else they did could become worse treatment. So they pretty much just sat there quiet.
All right.
But yeah, Joe, you would know. Searching through the room, you guys are not going to find anything of value. I mean, the room it even smells like, you know, that old musty smell that you get when you enter the barn. Half of you guys have barns on your property. But you know that smell that when you walk into the barn, especially when there's been animals in that barn, you have that smell, that musty, dusty smell mixed with just animal smells. And that's what this whole office smells like. In fact, I'd almost guarantee behind the counter, you see some dried up animal feces just in a pile there, where somebody had gotten out or just snuck up here or whatever the case may be, and just relieved themselves here a long time ago.
Okay.
So you have the stairs going down. There's a door at the bottom of those stairs. The stairs are in decent shape, but it's pretty dark as you go down. The windows in this room right by Joe, and then a little further past next to Bob in that wall, they're pretty dirty, dusty windows that don't let in a lot of light. So going down those steps to that door at the bottom of the stairs, it's a pretty dark walk. And those steps creak. Just stepping on the top two, you heard the creak, just a little bit. You know, just testing it out, not trying to go down there or anything. And then you have the door past Bob at the other end of the room. What do you want to do?
I want to keep going. See what else is upstairs.
Yeah, we're up here. We might as well make sure there's nothing scary behind us.
Sounds good.
Okay.
All right,
I'll go hold open the door for Bob again.
That'll work.
Is that door unlocked?
This door is locked.
Okay. I'm gonna point out the key that he used for the other one and see if that one works.
No, that one doesn't work. It's a different key. But you
Try the one to
figure
the
it out. The one. It was actually two to the left. But yeah, you end up figuring it out real quick. Um, and as Bob enters that room, where's everybody else at? Put yourselves in there. You guys are all hiding back there behind the counter.
Yeah.
There we go. Talon's holding the door open.
Alicia is
going to
still
keep an
recovering.
eye. Elvar's going to be keeping an eye on the stairwell.
Okay. The spacious chamber contains bed frames of wrought iron arranged in 2 neat rows. Cobwebs and bits of rotten mattresses cling to each frame. 3 doors are spaced along the southern wall, each with a plaque mounted on it. From west to east, the plaques read operating room, nursery, and morgue.
Oh, goody. Does it
Alan?
look like anybody's been in these beds recently?
A couple of them look like somebody may have been not laying on them as much as maybe sitting, maybe bouncing, playing, jumping, something like that. It definitely wasn't laying down. They weren't used for rest.
Okay.
The mattresses are, I mean, the picture depicts some really nice looking beds, and those are not nice looking beds. They look more like the beds in this room, if anything.
Okay.
There are a couple that have what looks like newer bedding on them, but not a lot. Okay, stop right there, Joe and Bob. Talon, you still holding the door for the other 3?
Are they
said
going?
he's watching the steps. Go ahead, Talon.
Yeah, if they're going through, he'll wait till they go through.
Alicia will come in and kind of peek around.
All 5 of you, that means, never mind, all 4 of you, because Bob is not able to. The 4 of you, please give me perception checks.
Oh, wow.
10.
23.
21.
21.
I got a 23.
24.
Okay, so only the 10 was the lowest one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Okay. The other 3 of you, once, because Alicia was like the 3rd person in the room, once Alicia walks in the room, you guys start seeing some shadows moving around in the room that looked like when you first walked in with Bob, there were shadows in the room. You know, there's some windows, there's light coming in. Not a whole lot of light, but there is some light coming in. But when Alicia walked in and then Kurz walked in right behind her, basically, is when you started seeing the shadows move. And at this point in time, I need everyone to roll initiative.
Uh-oh.
Alicia, she's going to be scarred before this is over.
Yes, she is.
Aren't we all? 16.
I rolled a
You're the
10.
end.
Where did unhide? Did you guys want Savid to come in with Joe? I'll give you a choice. I'll give you an opportunity to have had Savid come in also. What about G Willie?
Yes.
He would have been back. Do you want G Willie also?
He really would have stayed.
G Willie would have stayed with the wagon. Okay. But Savid did come in?
Yeah.
Okay.
I want to keep G. Willie away from these people for a little while yet.
And I think that's a really good idea. So Morgan, you want to go ahead and scroll over to your left on the map and grab Savid off the wagon and bring him over. Put him wherever you would want him.
Wait, does this mean you guys did the last fight without Savid too?
Yep.
It was a quick fight.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was just Cloven. I mean, I knew that fight wasn't going to be a problem. This one though, you're going to want Savid.
I didn't even get in the room.
Yeah, the last fight was handled rather quickly.
That's a
Okay.
good sign.
Yes. Definitely a good sign. Okay, missing. What'd you get?
16.
Savid?
Speed is 19.
You echoed
Yeah.
there for a second. Joe?
I got 16 too, so should I roll again?
Yeah,
Dexterity.
go ahead. What's your is? Just talk to Alicia. Which one of you guys want to go first?
Oh, I think the rogue should go first.
Okay.
Okay, I'll go first.
What'd Bob get?
Oh, I forgot to roll for. Oh, he's a 2.
Ouch. Bob, Trey? Sorry, Belivar?
I got 10.
And Talon?
9.
Kurz?
I got the 16 as well.
Well, we know that you will go first because you're a lot higher than them. Unless you don't
Yeah.
want to.
That is fine. David's got this. It'll be fine.
Yeah, does he? Okay.
We have a Savid, it's fine.
Yeah.
Yes, he come bursting in the door. He'll take care of all this for us.
Oh, right on. So you see 6 shadows. And it clearly states that they wait until there's more than one person in the room within 10 feet of, inside of 10 feet of the room before the shadows start moving around. And with that, Savid, you're up first against these shadows.
Holy shit, there's a lot of them.
Oh, this is not good.
Actually, hold on.
After
But they wouldn't give her a good old shatter.
After Savid is Kurz. It would be a good
Savid.
time for a shatter. Savid, what? I'm sorry.
He's just gonna pull out his scimitar for right now and try to attack number 2 for a 12 to hit.
12 is their armor class. That's a magic number. First try. Right on.
Awesome. For 6 points of slashing damage.
You said on number 2.
Yeah, and then he'll take a second swing at it.
Okay.
It's 15 on the dice, so,
Okay.
and that's for an additional 5 points of slashing damage.
Okay.
And that'll be Savid's turn.
And scimitar is magical?
His scimitar is not magical.
It is not. Okay.
You-
So, Savid, you notice with your sword swing that it does not appear to have done as much damage as you thought it was going to do.
Oh shit, he forgot. Never mind, I didn't do it this time. I'll do it next time. But keep forgetting his dreadful strike.
Kurz, you're up.
Just like Savid.
Ouch.
I'm going to run. First here. 15 feet up. And then straight up through here. To this one.
Hitting those 4 in a row,
Let me-
or just hitting
Not
number
hitting
2 and
any
then
of-
running all the way to not hitting any of them?
Hitting any of them. Bring it on.
Letting all 4 of them attack you.
Yes.
I am confused. Okay.
The enigma of players.
Okay. We're doing this.
Be gentle.
I will try. I mean, you didn't tell me you wanted to replace your character, so I'm not sure what's going on here. I'm a little scared, actually.
This is just like the vampires with Rafir.
So that first one is 23 to hit you.
Yes.
The second one is an 18 to hit you.
Yes.
The third one is a 7.
Miss.
And the last one you're right by is an 8.
2 hits.
2 hits.
2 hits total.
I need you to give me okay. 1d4. Come on, where's your d4s? Here's one.
You need some dice.
No, I'm good, thanks.
You got dice? Okay.
You are going to temporarily lose 6 points of strength.
Ooh.
And you are taking $17 points of damage total. That is necrotic.
They have lost all reactions for this turn.
Yes, they have. All 4 of them.
Okay. Thank you. I would like to attack number 6, please.
Okay.
Before inevitable death.
I had
So,
a feeling
how
you
far
were
are
trying
you
to
for?
remove their reaction, but okay.
It's a little space. 16 to hit the first time.
Oh, definitely hits. That's number 6.
That will be 8 points of damage.
Okay. And this is magical slashing.
With silver, if it matters. 17 for the second.
Definitely hits.
That will be 8 points of damage. 15 total so far.
Yep.
And then a flurry of blows.
Okay.
That's good. That will be a 25 to hit
Definitely hits.
for 11 points of damage.
And you took it out. It dissipates. It is no more. You just run up there and you're for whatever you're doing. You want to describe to us what you do when you take out this shadow monster there at the top?
Am I actually hitting it? Am I swiping through it?
You're like
Am I?
swipe, like as you swipe through it, you feel like, okay, it would be pretty much like fighting, like when you walk through a cloud of smoke when you're near smokers or anything, or even like a cloud of mist when you're vaping, and you know how you can like swipe at it and it'll like blow away and stuff. Well, these don't blow away as you swipe at it, but you feel like every once in a while you'll feel your claws like dig into something as you're swiping through it, and every once in a while some of it will move away a little bit.
Yes, I will. Let's see, there was 3 attacks, so I
Yes.
would come in with a double palm thrust, claws out, tiger style.
Okay.
One in the solar plexus and one in the left shoulder first. And that would be the
Okay.
first 2 hits. And then I would swing around and do a reverse back kick to the back of the head with my left foot that would claw
Okay.
through it. It feels like running a fork through a bowl of soup.
Yes. Yes, it does feel like a
And
running
then
a fork through a bowl of soup.
then I would use just the last bit of movement that I would have to get up to number 5. And I
Okay.
don't believe I can get behind it to flank anything. But is his attention on me or Bob?
Um, as thin as they are, I will give it to you that you could get behind him to flank. His attention is on Bob. His attention was on Bob, but seeing you run like that, he turns his head to watch, and like you see the shadow, like the head turns of the shadow to where you can see its head turn to face you, and its body is slowly starting to turn towards you.
And I will use that last attack to. It would be a 14 to hit on the last one.
Definitely hits.
And that would be 8 points of that damage. And then on top of that would be another 6 points of damage.
And this is on number
14 points to that.
5.
Hi.
That is
14
on number
points
5.
total? Okay.
14 total. And I will lick my wounds for the rest of the remainder of the time.
Okay. And it is their attack now. So you took out
Nice knowing the
one.
kitty. Here lies Kurz.
It is no joke because I did not heal very well since earlier.
Okay. There we go. No. That is that. Okay. So we have that one attacking that one. That one attacks up, moves up to attack Elise. Oh, poor little Alicia. Okay. Is the door closed, Talon, or did you still have it open?
Uh, he's standing basically right in the middle of the door by now.
Okay.
Uh, so it is still open.
Okay. Alicia, Talon, and Belivar. Because Belivar, you can still see. You can see what's getting ready to attack Alicia. I want all 3 of you to give me. either a history or an investigation roll.
What about a nat 20?
What about that nat 20? How do you like that nat 20, Belivar? That is sweet.
I get to see this lovely little D&D diner dice icon.
Um, Talon, what'd you get, sir?
21 in
Okay.
history.
You said
Okay.
history or
Or
arcana?
investigate. Yeah.
Oh.
Or investigation.
Well, arcana wise, that's going to be a 24.
Yeah, Arcana would have
History,
worked too. Arcana would have worked.
24 total.
Alicia, what'd you get?
17.
Okay. One of you would have to explain to Alicia all of this, but you guys, especially Belivar, you know that shadows, go figure, um, you as a half drow and Talon as a Shatter Kai getting to 21, you guys know that shadows are very vulnerable to radiant damage. You know that they're resistant to acid, to cold, to fire, to lightning, to thunder, and non-magical bludgeoning, piercing, slashing. You know they're immune to necrotic and poison. You know they can't be made prone, they can't be restrained, they can't be paralyzed, grappled. I mean, you know that they're, you know they're not that strong, but their immunities and resistances and everything just make them a good challenge. But you also know that they drain your physical strength. And you know that if anyone has their strength reduced to 0, they die, and they turn back into a corpse. The corpse itself turns into a shadow within a few hours.
Are we able to relay this information?
And if the strength reaches 0, it's not like they don't get saving throws. They reach a strength of 0, they die. No death saves, they die. Yeah, you guys can start yelling it to each other and into the room.
Belvar is going to be definitely shouting this as he is preparing to use his get his own spells ready to go. And pray to God. Well, I only have one thing I can do right now.
Savid, I guess a 7 doesn't hit you, does it?
Luckily for him, no, that misses.
Alicia. Ooh, does 10 hit you, Alicia?
Nope.
Joe. Ouch, that's a 23, Joe.
Oh, yeah, that one does.
We'll say that's Kurz. Oh yeah, it's going after you, Kurz. But a 6 does not hit you, does it, Kurz?
It does not.
So out of all that, Joe's the only one who got hit.
Probably a good.
Joe, you will take 11 necrotic damage, and you are going to lose 3 strength. And it is your turn, Joe.
Okay. I am going to sidestep. Or no, the 4 is right there. Never mind. I am going to hit 4 with my short sword.
Okay.
Or not, because I got a 3.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to hit again.
Okay.
11.
Do you want to throw an inspiration on there to give you the 12?
Sure.
I mean, I'm just giving you an option. You don't have to.
Let's go for that, so I can actually get something on him.
All right, you don't even have to roll because you can't get worse than a 1, so you automatically will hit it. But you used your inspiration. Do you have any inspiration left after that?
Inspiration.
Okay.
7 damage.
7 damage to number 5.
No, 4.
4.
Oh, number 4. Okay. Is that a magical weapon?
Yes.
Okay. Are you doing anything else, ma'am?
That's gonna be all I can do.
Okay. It is now Alicia's turn.
Okay. I'm going to. So she grabs her staff off of her shoulder and flips it around, and I'm gonna point it at number 3, and we're gonna launch a guiding bolt at it.
Okay.
That's an 11.
You want to use your inspiration?
Do I have any?
Yeah,
have at
from
least-
last
yeah.
week.
Was it last week?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
let's use that, please.
Guiding bolt is radiant.
Yes.
Okay. So go ahead and roll your damage times 2.
So we did 12, 17. 24.
24
Sorry.
total.
Yeah, 24 total.
Okay. You see that the shadow itself is like very wispy. I mean, you almost destroyed it by yourself. It's a very light shadow.
Okay. And then. Sorry, I'm trying to read through
No,
this
you're
too.
fine.
Kurz looks pretty beat up right now, right? Like he looks like he's about to fall over after his strength and.
Kurz, you don't. How are you standing? Are you wobbling a little?
But yes, very much so.
Okay.
Okay. So that fixes that. We are gonna do. Nope. No, we're not. Let me find it. There it is. Healing word. And I can't cast it a second. So. Alright.
Belivar, you also know that you've never seen anyone recover from the strength thing without a short or long rest. So
Okay.
you know.
So. $17 points, Curse.
Oh, yes, I'm back to what I was before the battle. She's just over half.
Sorry, 22. Take another 5.
Oh. New man. Thank
Okay.
you.
You're weak, but you're healed.
Yes, I feel a little puny, but I'm okay.
Okay. Belivar, you were up.
Okay. Let's see here. I can move. Pretty much, I'm going to move so I'm a bit closer to right here. And I heard someone say that we needed a shatter.
He prefers it on him, though, Kurz.
No.
I mean, I'm going to be still
Yes, he
popping a
does.
shatter, but I am going to be angling it so I can hit 1 and 3 with shatter. And I will need a con save.
So you're putting it basically over there to where it comes around but misses Alicia. Gotcha.
Yes.
You need a con save, you said?
Yes.
Purple will be 1. Does a 13 save?
No, it does not.
Does a 17?
Meets it.
Okay, Shadow 1 saves, Shadow 3 does not.
How many?
What type of
How
damage?
many? It will be psychic damage.
Okay, cool.
48. I need to fish out more D8s. Screw it. I'll just do the
Talon, you
D&D
are up
Beyond
next.
roll.
And
11
then Bob.
points of damage.
To number 1, and then half that to number 3.
Correct.
Number 3 dissipates. What does this psychic shatter look like, Belivar? That Alicia sees occur, this bubble basically occur right in front of her.
You just see like a moot of shadow just like drop down past her, and then like a thin veil of shadowy magic just expands out, kind of sort of weirdly canceling out another shadow.
Nice. So it's shadowy itself.
Yes.
Okay, that's kind of cool.
And as a bonus action, Belvar is going to give a bardic inspiration to Savid. Savid, do not let these shadows scare you. You are stronger than they will ever be. Actually, shoot, I can't do that. I'm out of bardic inspirations. Damn.
Okay, you
gonna
don't
say,
have
would
any
you-
available right now.
Yeah, I
Technically,
don't have any.
like our third battle in
He
one
does
day.
feel a little bit better about himself.
No, he'll feel a little bit better, but he doesn't get any bonuses.
He says, "Thanks, buddy."
Thank you.
Okay. And Talon, you were up, sir. And then Bob.
Talon is going to shoot 2 beams of Eldritch Blast at number 2. First one hits for 10. The lowest one was 15.
What type
And
of
then,
damage is this?
It's only force damage though.
Oh,
For
okay.
6
Okay.
damage.
And who was that one at?
Number 2.
Both of them were?
Yep.
How much was it total? I'm sorry, I heard the 10, but
16 points of damage.
total. Okay.
Yep.
Okay. And
that
Bob, you're done, right, Talon?
Yep.
Okay. Bob, you were up.
Bob is going to use his greatsword
Okay.
to attack at 5.
You will have advantage for flank.
17 to hit.
That definitely hits.
For that one, it will give me 12 points of damage.
12 points of damage on, and that was on number 5, you said?
On number 5, and then it's for the slashing damage plus be 1d6 lightning damage. One more d6.
And you said it is magical. The sword is magical, obviously, if it's doing that.
Yeah.
Okay.
Plus another 3 points from the lightning damage.
And they are resistant to lightning damage, which means it only does half of that, so it'll only do 1.5. And I said 1.5 on purpose, because you only needed one. Because he did all but one hit point with his sword, and the lightning damage you guys see, especially you, Kurz, because you're on the other side of it, as the sword slices through the shadowy form. Inside the shadow, you start seeing lightning sparks just shooting all over the place inside the shadow itself. It looks
What
like
sound did it make?
What's the problem with that
Thank
sound?
you. Nothing at all. I enjoyed it very much. Twice.
Each time. It was great.
You get a face palm. I did it out of screen. I did it down here, but you got a face palm.
Our counter's gone right now, Seti, on the stream.
Oh, yeah.
It is?
Yeah,
Oh, I see it down
Yes.
there. Yeah, let me fix
Zoomed
that.
in, yeah.
There we go.
There it is.
Sorry about
And it's
that.
updated. I like. That's nice.
Yay.
Yeah, I appreciate that. But you see, it looks like a lightning storm inside the shadow occurs, and it basically evaporates immediately after that. Whoa!
Oh no. Bob evaporated Curse.
No.
Let's not.
It's close.
What's Mama said he got?
Some
Fried
fried zucchini.
zucchini.
Ooh.
Yummy.
I'm jealous.
Thank you. Okay. Way to go, Bob. Is that
We're
it?
now all gonna go raid Seti's place for fried zucchini. Got it.
Right?
No, Bob will now, with the greatsword, go at number 4.
Okay.
But he misses this one because it was a 9 to hit.
Okay. Savid, you were up. Top of the order. Round 2.
David is just going to be able to take his attack with his scimitar because he doesn't have any regular arrows. Because he's only got one of the magical from Strahd arrows left. So, he's got a 14 and a 17 to hit.
Both hit. Non-magical damage.
Non-magical. The first one's for 8 points of slashing damage. And 8 points of slashing damage again. So 16.
But it still was enough to take out that shadow.
Perfect.
Kurz, you are up, sir.
Working my way back down. All right, let's take some hits on number 4, please. Is a 17 to hit?
And 17 definitely hits.
Oh, that's bad. That is 6 points of damage.
Okay.
Attack number. Right. Attack number 2 will be 26 to hit.
Oh, definitely hits.
A little bit better. That will be 11 points plus plus another 1 point of damage. We will use a key point to do a flurry of blows.
Okay.
That will be a 21 to hit
Definitely hits.
for 8 points of damage.
You see it dissipate.
Awesome, very good. So I will run to the next. And the last will be a
other half
19
of
to
your.
hit.
Yep, you have your other half of the flurry. Sorry, furry.
That will be 6 points of damage for that.
Okay. Did you roll that at advantage?
He did.
Okay. It is the Shadow's turn.
His
And the
arms are very
Shadow's-
puny. He's having a hard time holding them up.
He looks more like a shade than a shadow. Or are you talking about
He looks like a
Curtis?
wet. I'm doing it, but I'm not happy about it.
Curtis, I assume a dirty 21 hits you.
100% it does.
Because the monsters know what they're doing.
Monsters.
Ten points of necrotic damage and 1 more strength damage. Joe, you were up.
Um,
Either athletics or acrobatics to go over the beds, just so you know.
well, I can stab my sword in between Savid and Kurz.
Okay, yeah.
18 to hit.
Definitely hit.
Five points of damage.
5
Wait,
points.
sorry, 8. 8. I forgot to add the 3.
It is a very wispy looking shadow, but it's still there.
Okay, I'm gonna swing at it again.
Okay.
12 to hit.
That is the armor class.
7 points of damage.
7 points,
Yeah.
and you dissipate it. It is gone. You guys successfully dispatch the ghosts, or the shadows, rather.
First collapses on the bed that he is standing on.
Talon will walk up to Kurz and hand him a potion of lesser healing. Say, drink up, buddy. It's from Strahd.
You may have to open it for me. I can't really get the cap off right now.
Oh, thank you. Nobody asked me to open shit for him.
Belvar is gonna be approaching in. Maybe we should just take a short rest here, so he can recover his strength.
This is the worst place to take a short rest.
Yeah.
Go,
Especially
back
with
to
all
Cloven's
that
room.
noise downstairs.
Yeah, we could go to like Cloven's room, or we had something better. This is
We can't
Yeah.
lock ourselves in here no somewhere. We have the keys.
We do. Perhaps we should look in these other 3 rooms before we decide anything, though.
Agreed.
Make sure there's nothing in there.
Yeah, I'd hate to be like, yes, it's perfectly fine to take a nap and then surprise.
Yes.
And Talon's
see if-
actually pretty interested in these operation room. Because if it's the same as number 1, maybe this is where he built the first one.
Okay, that's
Got some-
this room right here, just so you know. That first one. I know I moved you away from the door, but I wanted to show you where.
Okay.
You open that door. It is locked, by the way, and you find the key. A bloodstained table stands in the middle of the otherwise empty room.
There's a Pearl Jam reference.
Oh,
Is
the
it what?
otherwise empty room. The bloodstained
Right.
table stands in the middle of this otherwise empty room.
Empty room. My wife would have got it. Sorry.
Apparently, we need to listen to more music.
This one's for you, babe.
Do you go in there and look around, or just move to the next room? What do you do?
You said there's no. Well, he'll go and look around, I guess. Make sure there's no books or anything.
As you get close to it and you kind of like lean down to look under the table, a scream fills the room. A scream echoing through time itself, Talon. And then it's followed by another one, fainter. And another one, until they finally fade away. You can tell it's nothing more than a haunted memory, but it was there. You do find there's a blood-stained nurse's apron. It smells like mold and copper. And you find an ancient bone saw. Otherwise, there's nothing else in that room.
He'll grab the bone saw and walk out.
Inscribed on the handle, it says, "For clean death, not cruel life." And it's a pretty heavy bone saw, but it's still pretty sharp.
It says for a clean death, not a cruel life.
Yes. For a clean death, not a cruel life.
In any of my odd readings, has that came up before? Through the volume of screens, or what's the other nasty one? What the Amber Temple forbade. The Bloody Servant poetry.
Give me a history.
Dirty 20.
You know you have heard it. Um, there was an order called the Mercy Blades that it was an order of former healers that decided that instead of healing people, they should just euthanize the sick. Um, typically during plagues.
Were they like at the end still more of a if the kid we saved, try to save them, or just oh shit, you're sick, bye bye?
As it grew on, it was more of a oh shit, you're sick, bye.
Okay. Mercy.
It was the order of what now?
Mercy Blades.
Mercy blades. Thank you.
You. So that was whoa. That was that room. The next room. Who's going to that door? It says nursery.
I'll go check that one out.
Okay. The room contains wreckage of old wooden cribs. And as you walk in, you see a figure reflected in the glass window in that room of a nun in white robes. And she kind of looks back towards you and then vanishes.
Alrighty. Well, at least she's gone now. Do I see anything in the rubble of the cribs?
You find a prayer quilt that has lots of names sewn into the patchwork.
Do I recognize any of the names?
No, they the dates on them, Joe, are from a long time ago. You also find a small little music box that's, it's pretty tore up. Tobias might be able to fix it, but it has the Morning Lord symbol on it. And you wind it up to play, but it only plays like one or two notes. Just enough to be haunting. Like it's broken.
Just creepy.
And creepy.
Okay. Yeah. I'm gonna leave the quilt, but I'm gonna take the music box to see if Tobias can fix it.
Okay. And who is going to the fourth room? The one that's marked morgue.
Elevar will go to that one.
That is perfect.
And before I open the door, I am
Perfect.
gonna generate that shadow blade.
Okay. You open the door, and as you open the door, Belivar, you instantly see the open window. There is a raven just perching on the windowsill of this empty room. And it just turns and kind of looks at you and caws and gets ready to take off. Do you let it fly away?
Casting speak with animals.
Okay.
What are you doing here?
It like it's fluttering outside and it lands back on the window. So like it took out off, like just as it was taking off, you started that and it turned around and came back and it landed on the perch on the windowsill and it looks at yours. You can speak.
I have many skills with magic. I spoke to one of your kind a day or two ago. Well, actually, roughly a day ago.
What are you doing?
Regards. We are trying to help the Belleviews. Those we can. What might you be able to tell us about this place?
It is cruel. The abbot, and it looks out the window, backwards, and then comes back. You killed him. He was bad. He was cruel, but he was good. I've seen him heal people, but I've seen him not heal. I've seen him hurt people.
Like these Belleviews?
Like the Bellevues. But he was not bad. He was not. They asked. They asked. Make us better. So he thought he made it better. The abbot was like a woodpecker. Always slamming his head in the wall. It drives you crazy. Woodpeckers aren't right in the head. Neither was the abbot. Do you have any bread? Bread is
Belvar
hard to
holds
come
up
by here.
Belvar holds up one finger. Hey guys, found another raven. Do we have any bread to give him?
I have part of a sandwich. Has bread
Did you
on
ask?
it.
That will work.
Did you ask about Baba Yaga?
No, but he told me that the Bellevues asked to be made better.
Everybody here has asked for their life to be better, dude.
The Bellevues specifically asked the abbot to make them better. So this is what the abbot did to the Bellevues is what he felt was making them better. And
Are you
apparently
telling
he
them
also
how to
healed
make the
people.
bread? What is taking so long?
I was telling them what you told me.
I didn't say that
Alicia?
much.
Alicia, can you please bring the bread so the raven...
That was a lot of words. You
Yeah,
said a lot
so-
to them.
She'll come around and
Are you gonna attack me? And it
No.
hops over to the side of the ledge.
No, we are not.
peek through the door, and she's gonna wave at it and show it the sandwich and take it apart.
She is cute. Let her bring me their food, please. Not that you're not cute. Well, I mean, you're not cute. She's a cute child. Let the child bring me bread, please. Tell the child, and not so many words. Don't use so many words. Tell the child, bring me bread, please. Please bring me bread. That's
You
a lot
can
of
go
bread.
go on and use small words. He doesn't
That's a lot of
understand
bread.
big words.
A lot of bread. Where did you get all that bread? That's a lot of bread.
She'll come in here, and she's just gonna sit on the floor and rip the bread into 8 pieces to make it smaller. And then she'll
Belivar, are
take
you
one.
standing at the door still?
Yes.
Okay. It hops down on the floor right next to you, Alicia. It caws at you a couple times. Tell her thank you. She doesn't get to pet me. Don't touch me. Tell her not to touch me.
Do
Use
not
words.
pet the raven, please.
We'll put the
And
other
he
hand
says
behind
thank you.
He grabs a piece of the bread, backs up a little bit.
the gonna hold the second one up.
It gobbles that down real quick. And Alicia, you can see as it swallows the bread, you can see the bread go down its throat and into its gullet. And you can give me animal handling.
What dice go? They're there. 13.
You can tell that this raven hasn't ate for probably 2 or 3 days. And the meal that it had 2 or 3 days ago probably wasn't enough. It's pretty emaciated.
I've got mail.
It is a male bird too, so it hops forward and takes the other piece from you and hops back again.
Eat slowly. Belivar, tell it not to rush. It'll get sick.
Eat so slowly, please. Don't want you to get sick.
But
There's plenty enough for you. We aren't going to take it from you.
Tell him he can have both pieces of bread.
You can have both the pieces of bread.
and you won't touch me.
No, she will not. I will not either.
It hops forward and takes another bite and hops back, and it's starting to slow down on the way it's eating.
Yeah. Alicia just keeps breaking off little pieces. Belivar, are there other... Does he have other friends that need food too?
Is there any more of you that need food?
No,
Any more of your friends?
they all flew away. They said there's other places where we can get food. And I thought, you know what? If everybody's gone, I get all the food to myself, but there's no food. The two-headed person, he doesn't feed them like he should. And there's no leftovers, and it's not safe for me to fly down there because some of them will attack me and try to eat me. My father said that this place used to be a really good feeding ground, but they all left when my friends, my family, they all left. They said they were finding better food, and I said no, I'll stay here. It will be a gold mine. It was a fool's gold. There's been no food. And it's cold out. See all the snow? There's no worms. There's no worms.
Have you thought about traveling to another location?
I'm too tired. I'm too weak. This bread will help me, give me energy. I might be able to now with bread. You've given me lots of bread. It'll be energy. I'll be able to fly. Maybe down the hill. I'll catch a drift, an air drift, and I'll soar and fly down. I'll fly down to the village. There will be more food down there.
Yes, there should be more food.
Alicia's gonna take some of the meat out of the sandwich, and she's gonna put like a couple little like rolled balls of it, and she's gonna offer that next.
It hops forward, grabs one of the balls, and hops back.
I'm gonna ask Belvar to ask if it needs any water.
Do you need any water at all?
Is it already melted? The snow, the water, it's not yellow. I don't like the yellow. Is it in a bowl? Do you have a bowl? A cup? It's not rusty, is it? Oh, the rusty water does not taste good. I would like water. if you have water. That was good. Whatever that thing was that she just gave me that was rolled up. That was good. Can I have another one of those? Ask her if I can have another one of those, please. That was nice. I like that. Okay, she can pet me one time. One time.
Belivar
Just
is gonna have
gently.
a smile. He's like, Alicia, he would like some more meat, and you are allowed to pet him gently one time. And he would also like water.
You can
Not
take
on
As
the
long as
head.
it's
Tell
not
her not to
yellow.
touch my head. I got a headache.
But
And
Alicia,
it
do not
hops
touch
forward
his
to
head.
take the meat.
She's just gonna hold out her hand like next to his wing, but she's not gonna be the one to touch.
Net 20. He nestles up against your against your hand, and kind of rubs your hand with his wing.
It's a quick little scritch, and then I'm gonna go ahead before he moves. I'm gonna take my hand away, and there's like probably 3 or 4 little pieces of meat on the palm that she's holding out.
He just starts eating it right there in front of you, and he doesn't keep hopping away this time. What are Belivar, Savid, Talon? What are you guys doing?
Well, Belivar's been playing translator, and I
I'm
think
sorry,
it was
not Belivar. I meant Savid. I'm sorry, because you are translating. Kurz, are you taking that short rest while they're talking to the bird?
I was really thinking about climbing inside the bob for an hour.
That's a face bomb. Oh,
and I'm
that is
assuming
definitely a
Jothana
face
was
bomb.
bringing over the water.
Svid is more probably less wondering if a lesser restoration would help Kurz for his actual strength and all.
Lesser restoration.
It's not listed as written, but
You know what? I will give you 1d4 of strength back for a lesser restoration.
All right.
So it'll do a little, but
Do you want to roll it, or do you want
you
me
can
to
roll it. You're using the spell. You can roll it. I mean, I know Savid is, but
Yeah. 4.
there you go, Kurz.
So
Savid walks over and like slaps you on the back, and
who's the weak one now?
no, I doubt if he slaps you on the back, but he also does not do the whole.
No gib slap.
Nope. He
Omiyagi.
doesn't do a
Miyagi style.
Miyagi. But he will walk over and like take a knee on the ground next to you in the bed. And Curse, I have seen some things in my past. I've been around for a few hourglasses, and I've seen that sometimes the spirits they will give you back your strength, and I pray that the spirits will give you back your strength. And he like puts his hand on your little cat knee, and you feel the warmth kind of enter you as he casts lesser restoration, and you get back 4 strength.
Thank you, Savid. Feel much better. You have
Good.
You've come a long way in the short time we have known each other. I am proud of you.
I know that you are not my father, but I do appreciate hearing that you are proud of me. It is it is good. It is good. I like. I I try to I try to be better. You said that you are. It is a tough love, and you are making me stronger. And I like having somebody push me. So sometimes I fall down as you push, but I I get back up, and sometimes you help me get back up, and I appreciate that.
And I see that sometimes you help me get up. And I, I will continue to push, but I will try not to be so harsh when I do it.
Thank you, thank you.
Now get off me.
Yes, yes, yes. He stands up and he kind of walks away. Joe, how are you providing this water?
I'll pull out a little cup that I have and put some from the water skin, and I'll hand it to Alyssa and be like, "Here, you can set that down next to him so he can get water when he needs to."
Bellatar will do so. Like he'll approach caution. Actually, he'll use Mage Hand to bring the bowl of water and set it next to Alicia.
He's a little skittish as you walk in, but he sees it as a bowl, and he's like, you are good. You are nice. You are not trying to hurt me. I, you are good. You are good. You are good people. You are good people.
Ravens have helped us, so we always try to help the Ravens.
You also don't call me a crow. I like that you don't call me a crow. They are small. We are big. Although I am small because I've lost weight. I lost some feathers too. But the bread, the water, the little balls of fleshy stuff. I like those. They're they're like flat worms rolled up with better taste. I like it. They look they're worm colored too. Is that a tomato? Does she have a tomato? Is that a tomato?
Belivar will look at Alicia. Is that actually? I'm gonna look as well. And is it actually a tomato?
Yeah, there's like it's like a sandwich packed from mom. There's like lettuce and tomato and it's like a big wrapped sandwich. Or was
It is
wrapped.
a
Now
tomato.
it's on her lap.
It's a tomato.
Yes, it is.
I have not I have not had a tomato since I was in the nest. Oh, ask her if
I'm
I can have a
sure
bite of the tomato.
You would like a bite
Unless
of the
there's salt on
tomato,
it. I don't. I
or is
can't
there
do
salt on it?
I can't do salt. Salt's bad for me.
Just tomato. And she'll like bite a piece off of it and take and offer it out. And she'll put a piece in her mouth too and show him.
Oh, good. And he'll like hop forward and take the piece of tomato. Drink some of the water. Oh, you are good people. You are really good people. The, some of the Belleviews are good. Some of the Belleviews are crazy. Some
We
of
have
them are
met some
just
good ones.
some of them are cruel. They're like animals. They're they're more wild than animals, but they are calm. They are everything. They are. It's an animal kingdom down there. And then there's the big meat bag. He doesn't pay attention to me when I fly down there, but the Belleviews do. There's lots of them. There's so many Belleviews down there. So
We have
many.
heard.
He hops forward and eats some more bread and eats another ball of meat. Thank you.
You are very welcome.
Thought for sure you were gonna try to kill me.
No. We value ravens. We consider them friends. If, before we leave this village, you might want, if you want to travel further and not fly, as we're leaving, you could land on one of our wagons as we are leaving this town. And ride with us till you get to warmer weather and feel like flying away.
Are you going to the Are you going to the village that has the really tall tower with the bell in it?
I believe that is on our list of places to stop
And there's a
in
wall
a few
around
days.
it. And
Yes.
I'd love to go there. If you're going there, yes, I'll hitch a ride.
We'll very much appreciate it. Our wagons are the ones that are just outside the abbey. Be careful of the male on one of the wagons or by one of them. He may shoot you out of boredom.
Oh, okay. I will avoid that one. The bigger male. I will avoid the bigger male. And thank you, and tell her that I said thank you also. And with that,
You're
your
very welcome.
10 minutes wears out, and because isn't speak with animals 10 minutes?
I believe so.
I think it is.
Yeah. It's 10
Yes.
And the end of his sentence turns back into caws and squawks and stuff like that.
Alicia, he does say thank you for the meal.
He looked really hungry.
And I mean, he just keeps eating and kind of looking up at you. Every once in a while, he'll like rub against your hand.
Poor little guy.
Whatever he doesn't eat, or I guess I'm gonna portion out a few more pieces of meat, and probably the rest of the top slice of bread. I'm gonna pack up the rest of it, and I'm gonna put it back in my bag. It's in disarray. She just like folds it up, Subway sandwich style, and just shoves it down.
Okay. With that, it is 8 o'clock. So I say we take our break, our 8 at 8 break, and go ahead and go to the bathroom. Maybe get some grapes. Maybe get some more fried zucchini. You know the best part about fried zucchini is it's eating your vegetables and getting fried. Whoa, that didn't sound right.
Yeah,
Eating fried foods.
Sounded really right.
I mean, zucchini wrong.
So, your house barbecue this weekend. I'm digging that.
Right?
It's not that far of a drive. I can make it.
Anyway, it's 8 o'clock. Go to the bathroom, take a walk, go get some hydration, and then come back. We'll see you in 8 minutes, okay?
Okay, sir.
Hey everybody, we're back. I'm gonna go with that one instead. One of you guys say something so
We're
I know you're
back
here.
from outer
You're
space.
here, don't
There
worry.
you go. Okay, you're back. Um, so there are dice that even Jamie and I have talked about it before. Did you already take care of the calf, Morgan?
Oh, he's old enough now. I can just go feed him later or earlier.
Oh, okay, okay. It threw me off seeing you
He's
here already.
I know.
No, I've talked to Jamie a couple times that there are certain dice of hers that, although they are beautiful dice, it's not my cup of tea. It's not what I. They're beautiful, but I don't want them. I don't know. There's certain aesthetics that I look for now in dice. Certain colors, certain styles. Um, I mean, there's this beautiful set that I've seen that almost looks like china or porcelain.
Yeah.
It's the blue and the white, with the white, almost an ivory white with the blue filigree that really makes it look like some nice china. I want a set like that because it just looks really. It's. Mwah, I like that. That looks good.
Seti,
Yes,
have
sir.
you seen the D20 that has all the dice on it? So they set up a D20 and it's got a bunch of numbers. So like it'll have the D4 number, the D10 numbers, the D12 numbers on each roll of it. It's like all mixed in there somehow. Have you seen those ones?
Is it? It's not. It doesn't look like a regular die though, right? It looks more like it's.
Yeah, it looks like a D20.
Really?
Yeah. I seen them once and I was like, I could never figure out exactly what their name was. But then I was like, oh, maybe you might know, because see if I can
I've
find a
seen
picture.
something like that, but I haven't seen a D20 that has all the numbers. But I understand what you're saying, and that's
Yeah.
a D8 would be weird because I don't know how they'd make that divisible.
Yeah, I wasn't sure how some of them worked. They can do like the 4, the percentile.
Uh huh.
Um,
The 6, 8, and the 12 wouldn't work though.
no.
So I wonder how they did it. Huh. Interesting. So, Alicia, you were saying that every DM, you were talking about to Fluffy, about how DMs love playing animals. What are you laughing about? The pirate hat?
Yeah.
I had it minimized. I just saw it. Anyway.
And my personal opinion is talking as animals allows a DM to really describe to you things that no sentient vocalized two-legged species, I guess there's a couple that are like quad, but that PCs and NPCs, things that they wouldn't necessarily see, know, understand. And it's just it allows a DM to really stretch their imagination, to just kind of get out there and stretch their legs and put themselves in a position that they're not usually in, and be able to describe things to the players in a way the players may not have thought of. I mean, the Sunday night crew, when they met the Ravens over there at the winery, you know, and, I mean, there was some interesting conversations there. Birds don't necessarily know directions.
They actually made this one look like he was civilized.
Yeah, I agree.
Because they got the corn was their big thing.
Mm-hmm. And I mean, honestly, this one, it was It was a matter of he was starving. This one was just hungry. He needed sustenance. Murder hobos would have hated this raven because in the module it clearly states anyone who a character who kills this raven is cursed.
Oh.
And it takes a remove curse or greater restoration to get rid of that curse.
I take it with me being the one to open it was perfect because it let you, as soon as I saw it, you knew what I was going to do.
Yep. I knew how you'd handle a raven. Either you or Alicia, because her being a druid, I knew one of you two, the raven would be okay. Had there been another individual here with a gun, it could have been different.
Well, you know. Right,
I would
curse.
say more of curse that would probably screw with this one. But we all do know that they're supposed to be out looking for Baba Yaga for us too. So
But this
Okay,
one's
but
not one of them.
besides
we
the
didn't
fact that
know.
not all birds are real, not not all ravens are hunting right now for Baba Yaga for you, but there are a couple flocks that are.
Well, I mean, but it's kind of the gamble. Do you shoot the one that might be?
Right? Yeah, I guess he wouldn't necessarily have shot it.
I'm glad
Necessarily.
Savid tried lesser restoration. That was my next try. Since we're not gonna take a long rest right now.
What time of the day are we starting to look? Because
It is.
the last sessions have been one day.
Yeah, it's getting
Yeah.
late in the day. It's not quite time to take a long rest yet, but it is getting late in the day.
So we should probably find a place to rest.
And with that, it's a quarter after. Let's get back to the game if you guys don't mind.
I think
Okay. I got some more fried zucchini, by the way, in case you didn't know. So the area is secure. Those 4 rooms that you're at, the ghost of the nun is gone. The screaming subsided and faded off. The raven is sitting there enjoying his meal. And now, Alicia, are you still sitting there with him?
Mm-hmm.
He every once in a while he'll caw, chirp, just like little things like he's carrying on a conversation with you. You have no idea what he's saying. Belivar, what did you eventually walk away? What did you do?
Belivar will walk away and inform the rest of the guys that he is a very starving raven. He has pretty much been here most of his life. And when we leave this town, he's more than likely going to be riding along on our wagons.
Okay. You guys taking a short rest here, or are you taking a long rest? What are you doing?
I'm just talking to a bird. I'm just talking back at him.
That's definitely
do
a
save-
short rest, but
Yeah, I do save the whole tomato for him. He gets all the tomato.
I don't mind doing a short rest, and I will. Let me just look over my spells. Oh, yeah, I'm probably gonna use during the short rest. Whichever one it is where I can to whichever skill it is where I can actually gain some spell slots. I have to see how much.
I think I get anything on a short rest.
Oh, yeah, it's Quantum Magic.
Get some hit points back at least.
I can just
Oh,
sit and make sure nothing's coming.
well, before
Aren't you?
before long rest, I'm just going to all right. I'm going to double check and stuff because yeah, I'm gonna expand 2 sorcery points to regain a level 1 spell slot,
Okay.
and then during my short rest, I am going to then use my sorcerer's restoration, which when you finish a short rest, you gain up to 2 sorcery points. Once used, you can't use the feature until you finish a long rest. So I'm regaining those 2 I just used. So I'm back to full sorcery points.
Okay.
Is
Curse.
Alicia in that room?
Yeah, Alicia's in there.
Okay, and Belivar walked away.
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, Alicia is venting to this bird. Like this has been a lot for her today, and she is just going on about how like Cloven was probably a really bad guy. He definitely was mean, but like now he's just gone. He's dead. Like she helped kill him, and she's not how sure how she feels about that. And the abbot was a monster, and then there was this other thing going. Like she just is very quietly conversing with this bird while she tries to get it to perch like on her hand.
Give me animal handling.
Okay, we're not being like forceful. This is definitely a consensual.
She just needs somebody, like something, and she doesn't trust the party yet.
Not that she doesn't trust the party. She just doesn't really want to voice these concerns yet. That is a 24.
It eventually ends up on your hand. And just listening to you, and every once in a while it'll chirp or caw back, and as if it understands or is agreeing with you, or and it just keeps eating too.
Yep, we'll just keep feeding it every time it does something.
Every once in a while it hops down, goes over to the water bowl or water cup and takes some more water, and
We're just bonding.
Joe, what are you doing during this short rest?
I am going to go sit by the door.
Okay. Joe, every once in a while you will hear a noise from down below. It is it sounds like a madhouse down there. One of those things to where every great once in a while it'll get a little quiet and you worry a little bit, but then you'll start hearing stuff again. It's the calming down in the silence that worries you more than anything. Kind of like when when you have small children, they get quiet and that's when you're worried.
What are they doing down there? Yeah.
Yeah. What about you, Talon? What are you doing during this short rest?
Beans Joe came over and sat by him. He's going to kind of voice to her that he's worried about what are we going to do with these people tonight. Because if we don't feed them or supply food to them, in his mind, they're almost not really being any better than Cloven was. Especially with the day getting longer. Or getting almost to the end of the day, so it probably is about their feeding time. But at the same time, he doesn't really know what to feed them. Or
Cash was here if you didn't hear.
what to even do with them for the night. Because we haven't really seen a stockpile of food for them. And judging by as fast as Otto and Siegfried ate to go, they're probably close to out, maybe. So yeah, he's kind of saying all that to you there, Joe, and he's kind of standing there watching the door too, or with the door open.
I do have some food that I took from Strahd's house at breakfast, but I don't know if that would be enough to feed them all. I don't know how many people are here.
The best we know is there's over 40, it would seem like, because both of them had at least 5 to 4 fingers. And I'm assuming that many fingers and toes. But I mean, one of them could have had a foot like Cloven, and there's only 2 on that hand. So this is not the greatest forced numbers.
No. Unfortunately.
I do know we have some rations, but again, we can't really just give them away willy-nilly.
No. I mean, something might be better than nothing at this point.
That is true.
Did we wait until after the rest to try to go feed them? So that way if they get really rowdy, it doesn't wake everybody else up?
Oh, I wasn't going down there by myself. No. Everybody goes. You will learn that I'm not. I'm not built for strong and activities. That's not me.
Well, then I'll wait until everybody else wakes up and we can all go try to feed what little we can.
Basically, what we're gonna have to do, even as late in the day as it's getting, and maybe when everybody wakes up, we should go talk to Otto and them and see if they have any other food storage that Cloven kept hidden.
Oh, good idea.
As long as they don't.
It's just a short rest, right?
Yes.
We're not
Just-
sleeping.
What? I had fallen asleep leaning against you. I thought we were taking a little rest.
That doesn't mean we have to sleep. I mean, if you're tired, you can, but
Just a little cat nap. I'm taking a nap next to a cat. No?
And now it's good for a cat.
I was.
You'd have been awake. You would have heard all that, wouldn't you, of course?
yes, I would just have been laying there doing nothing, so I would have. I have pretty good perception. I think I would have heard that.
Yeah, and it's not like he's being they're being quiet about it at all.
Yeah.
He'll look back. If you're somewhat awake, he'll ask the rest of the group for kind of their ideas, actually.
We do have the goats.
2 goats disappeared in like 3 seconds.
Yeah. They
No, we only gave them one. The second one's still down there. Still tucked out of sight.
Yes, Belivar put it in a closet.
Because we were going to have to get the keys. So if we can get everything fast enough.
But again, that was what they say, 3 of them? 8, 1 goat.
4 of them.
Yeah.
And if we're trying to make sure that they have some of these for farming and all, they can't just eat them all right now.
Have we found the kitchen yet or anything? Maybe we need to try to find the kitchen. Maybe they've got some flour or something. We could make up some bread.
That'd probably be on the other side, wouldn't it?
Yeah, it might be with Clovis.
I mean, it doesn't really seem very sanitary over here. So
No, definitely not.
Haven't seen anything in this whole place that would be sanitary. But I understand your meaning.
You try.
well, when everybody wakes up, we'll go see what the kitchen looks like. Or downstairs. They have a basement.
Good. All right. We'll go exploring, seeing if we can find anything else to help feed the rest of them.
Okay.
We
So
still
you guys
have
sit
the
there for-
first one to do.
You sit there for about an hour or so. That was weird. I don't know what that was. You guys sit there for about an hour. A little over an hour for a long rest. And Kurz, you feel better. You all get your long rest. However many hit points you wanted to get back.
Short.
Yeah, I meant short rest. You guys get your short rest. Savid is the only one who took a cat nap, a little bit of sleep. Bob was motionless for a while. And Alicia, when you finally get done, do you leave what's left laying on the floor for the Raven?
Yeah, whatever I didn't pack away was for him. So,
Okay.
like when I hear everybody else stirring, I just kind of tell him, "Okay, I'm gonna go, but we'll see you later. And this is yours."
Okay. Joe, do you leave that cup of water for him too?
Yeah, I'll leave a cup of water for him.
Okay. And you guys all head out. Going back the way you came.
Do you
Yeah.
wanna go down
Do you
the
check
stairs
out that
here?
other room, or do you go downstairs, or do you go back to the room you came from? What do you do?
We're right here. We might as well poke our head into the other room.
Unlock it.
Yeah, go unlock it.
Bunk beds that have basically disintegrated with age lie in heaps along the walls. Moldy 30-foot square room. It looks like it's set up to where this was maybe barracks. You know, like maybe there were some guards and that's who stayed in here. It doesn't give a whole lot of warm fuzzy vibes though. I mean, there's nothing really in there. You can find a bundle of dried herbs. You want to take them. And then there's a tin cup used for water, wine, whatever. And a chamber pot. Otherwise, there's just nothing really worth anything in that room. So you guys get back over to... Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say, Talon's going to grab the dry herbs.
Okay. They're a little brittle. but they still have some fragrance to them. Um, why don't you give me a nature roll, little Miss Alicia? Um, Talon, you can give me one at disadvantage if you want, but Alicia, give me a nature roll to see what these are.
21.
Okay.
Seven.
Okay. Alicia, you can explain to him that it is some devil's nettle and some chamomile, and there's even a couple pieces of crowbane, which you know immediately, Talon. Crowbane is what was used around the winery to keep the ravens away.
Would I know what? Well, I probably wouldn't know what is devil's nettle used for where I'm from.
Yeah.
Usually it's used for like some pain, like taking pain away. Um, necrotic salves, taking away necrotic damage. It could also be used for making some poisons and hallucinogenics.
Okay.
What was the other one?
Chamomile?
Chamomile.
Chamomile.
Is it pronounced chamomile
Yep.
with the ch?
Yeah.
That's how you spell
Yep.
chamomile. Oh,
Yeah.
Yep.
I think
Okay.
it's
they shouldn't have
everybody.
put the ch in there.
So she'll point to each of them, and this one you could really probably make a really nice tea from, and I think we could all benefit for some really nice tea sometime. When we make camp, I'll show you how to use it. It's really easy. It's great. This one, the devil's nettle can help heal, but it can also be really bad if you brew it down and don't process it properly. It can actually poison people. And this one, I don't think our raven friend would like very much. I don't want to keep it because I don't think he'll be mad at me. It's really not good for the birds.
Yeah. We've seen this, but it was fresh. Our other little gnome friend, he got rid of it for him. Quite a bit of it, actually. How do we turn this devil's nettle into poison, though? Out of curiosity, gets me.
Give me nature or medicine, Alicia. Nature or medicine.
Can't spell. Here we go. Nature or medicine. 27
That's
You
good.
know how to do it.
for medicine.
You know how to do it. You know how what you have to boil down, and you know that you'd probably need to get you definitely need some water. It would help if you had just a little bit of goat's milk, and you could turn it into the hallucinogenic poison.
Okay.
Yep. It's kind of an involved process, but basically you just have to make a suspension with it and then an extract, and you combine those two and you let it sit, and yeah, it's not very complicated. We could do it.
Excellent.
The hallucinogen would be steeping it into a tea for ingestion, or you could distill it to make devil's draught into a poison.
Okay. Shall we go find the kitchen then? See if we can make some bread.
Do we want to go downstairs this way or the other side?
I would prefer to walk on the catwalk just to avoid the murderous one until we have a food offering. Or at least
murderous
We
Oda.
have to go down and talk to Otto and
Yes, Otto.
them.
Maybe they can kind of like, hey, they're friends. I'm down.
I moved everybody over,
Okay.
but I
Are there
All
bees
over the
in
place.
Strahd? In Strahd, in Barovia?
there are no bees right around here, but yeah, there are bees in Barovia. Not up here because of the snow.
It's at the very
Yep.
beginning. Right at the beginning.
That's where the bees are.
Capital
The
B.
word beginning, Barovia, Burgermeister, Blood on the Vine. I could keep going.
We have
But
there's also a bee here as well.
Hello, Bar.
Belivar? Yes.
Oh,
And don't forget Bob.
Up the double bee.
We have lots of bees.
Yeah, we do.
So are you guys gonna go talk to Otto, or are you gonna go downstairs first?
Well,
Say
we
we
could
might-
ask Otto where the kitchen is, so might be a good idea.
And check on our goat, make sure it's still hidden.
The goat is still hidden in there.
Okay.
Otto is basically guarding the door. He also explains to you, he and Siegfried explain that the kitchen is basically in the basement. That's where Cloven would go to get food. I'm not going to drag you all back over to the other map just for the basement. There's no reason to drag your characters there. When you get down into the basement, there's stone steps descending about 20 feet down into a cellar. There are 10 barrels of wine and an L-shaped wooden rack packed with wine bottles. A large percentage of the barrels, a large number of the barrels are empty. But there are three barrels that are full, that are marked with purple grape mash number 3. There are a total of 24 bottles of Red Dragon Crush. There is one barrel that is full of pickles. Yes, in whatever kind of pickle juice a barrel full of pickles would have.
Brian.
Okay, thank you, Ryan. And then there's a barrel that is nothing but corn that has already been shucked.
Okay.
That's just it. It's just corn seed.
Yeah, just corn kernels. Barrel full of corn kernels. And then a barrel full of pickles. There's also an empty bottle that, with no stopper on it, that says Champagne de l'Estampe, that has a rolled up piece of paper in it.
Shake it out.
I was going to say, I'm glad somebody's not in here to see this.
It is a scroll of Hero's Feast.
Oh,
Hell yeah.
so this is how we're going to feed everybody.
Does it have like a kitchen down here, or I mean a stove, or do you just Is it a
No.
spell scroll that works?
It's a spell scroll.
Yeah, it's a spell scroll. The Hero's Feast is. But Otto explained to you upstairs that, usually Cloven would come out with a couple baskets that he would have a bunch of pickles in one basket and the other basket would be full of corn, and he would just throw the corn kernels at everybody with a scooper, and he'd hand pickles out.
All right.
A monster.
Yeah. Talon's gonna put some of the corn in his bag of holding to start with, at least 2 scoops.
Okay.
And then I guess just hand the scroll to Belivard and grab things out if
We found a way to feed them.
Will this
Can that-
feed all of them?
Right. Will that feed everybody? And at least she has just taken handfuls of corn in her bag too.
Betty, may I roll an Arcana to see if Belvar knows how the spell actually fully works? Like,
Yeah, go
I know
ahead.
myself. That jumped out. That's a 19.
Belivar knows that typically a Hero's Feast is a table full of food that takes roughly an hour to consume, and it vanishes. Whatever's left vanishes after an hour. And whoever eats it is cured of all their diseases, their poisons, and they're immune to being frightened or poisoned for roughly 24 hours. Their hit point, their stamina is basically increased a little bit. But also it's only supposed to be for enough for 12 people. But if you laid out that feast for 40 or something people that were not used to getting a lot, I mean, they would consume it. They wouldn't get all those benefits. They get like little pieces of the benefits, but it would feed them.
How would,
Nourishment is all we're looking for.
how would that work with them being like transformed though?
Well, they wouldn't be cured of their transformation.
But it wouldn't like try to cure it, or it wouldn't fuck them up more than they already are, I guess.
You wouldn't think so.
Okay.
So shall we use this scroll to feed them?
I think we should.
Before we do anything special, you said it lasts an hour though, right?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Should we make sure that the number 1 isn't going to hinder our time?
Oh.
I would suggest that would be. I would think that was going to be an obvious thing we did.
Okay, I just double checking. Because I'd hate to make it and then disappear super early.
Oh, I know what you mean. I do understand what you mean.
Well, let's go get rid of number 1.
And then we can feed them.
Yeah.
Okay.
There's a lot of back and forth today.
It is, isn't
Yes.
Yeah.
When we go in, let's also tell
Are
Otto.
you going back upstairs to go downstairs? What are you doing?
Is there a door downstairs?
Oh yeah, there's. If you look on the map, there's that door right there. Those are the stairs that go up to where you were.
Alright, well, if we got Otto, we might as well just walk across the yard.
Okay.
Yes.
I want to grab
And,
a couple bottles of before we leave.
Yeah. I'm gonna take some of the bottles too.
Belivar's gonna explain to Otto the game plan, like the plan and everything.
You, so you're gonna go in, you're gonna take care of number one, and then we get pickles and corn? And a goat.
No,
We get the goat then.
the goat will be yours, but I'm gonna cast this spell to feed your whole family. It will only after I cast it, it will only last an hour.
That's the thing with sand. You turn up, and then you turn back, and that's an hour. Unless you just keep going like this, and then it's not an hour. Because you gotta let the sand go all the way through. That's an hour.
It will vanish. It'll just vanish
No,
after
the
an
sand
hour is
just
up.
goes to one side, it not vanish.
He's holding up the scroll, and Belivar's is trying to explain. This scroll allows me to cast a spell that can feed your family,
Right.
but it only lasts for 1 hour
Right, the sand.
for the
It
whole
flipped.
family.
It only 1 hour. Then the paper vanish.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
We'll eat fast. Where's that food gonna appear?
I'll probably cast it in with the whole family, so it's easy for them to get to.
You unlock cages first.
Yes, we will do that.
Siegfried and I, we help tell everybody, hey, you wait, let cages open, they make food appear. Then we eat for 1 hour. Then everyone has to stop eating. Does it vanish from my tummy?
No.
Okay. So as long as I eat it, it will not disappear. Okay. Okay. So you guys are at that door.
Is it locked?
Oh yeah.
We have the key.
Going through keys.
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
So
Where'd that go? There he is.
bring that.
Who opens the door?
Does it swing out again?
Yes.
Talon will open it for. Where's Talon?
Did I not grab Talon?
No, you dropped him off the cliff.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Are you?
I am. A little.
Just a little.
Just a little.
Yeah, he'll open it for Bob.
Okay. You figure out which key
Bob
it
can just check
is.
it out.
You open it up. Bob, give me an initiative to see if he sees the flesh golem or the flesh golem sees him.
Oh, flesh golem. 18.
Okay, Bob, you will get to go first. As I'll say its back is to you, Bob. It didn't expect that door to open.
Alrighty.
So Bob gets one attack, and then we will do initiative order.
I'm gonna hit him with the great sword.
Okay, so Bob charges in.
23 to hit.
23 hits.
Having issues with the dog. Hold on.
Never.
Right? 10 points of damage.
Okay. Everybody roll initiative.
Thanks.
At one.
Did you
I
say
had both
nat
ends of the
one?
dice. Yes, I have a total of 3 on the initiative.
Savid,
Svid got a natural 20 for 24.
a nat 20 for 24.
Mm.
Okay. Kurz,
9.
Joe,
17.
Alicia,
13.
Talon,
5.
and Bob.
13.
Okay. Start of the order is Savid.
Svid will pop on in and attack twice with his scimitar. Uh, 23 is the lowest out of the 2 attacks.
Definitely a hit.
9 points of slashing for the first one, and 5 points of slashing for the second attack. Well, he also used Dreadful Strike on one of those
Okay.
for 2 points of psychic damage.
Okay. And then is that a magic weapon?
The scimitar itself is non-magic.
Okay. How much damage did you say?
9 for the first and 5 for the second, so 14.
So 7. Okay. Okie dokie. Next is Joe.
Alright. I am going to try to hit it with the firebolt.
Okay.
$22 to hit.
22 definitely hits.
And 8 points of damage. And then I'm gonna try to hit it again.
You said 8 points of damage.
No, I got a nat 1 on that one.
Give me another roll.
$19.
Okay, that's fine.
And 5 points of damage.
Oh, from the 19 after the nat 1? Or for another
Yeah.
attack? Okay. No, the 19 was just to make sure you didn't critically miss. After the nat
Okay.
1. So you only get 2 attacks, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else?
That'll be it for now.
Okay. Alicia?
All right. Is Bob tall enough where I can see under him to get a line of sight for a spell?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Plus the
Okay.
gaps in some of the armor and stuff like that. You have line of sight with Bob.
Okay. Then we are going to throw a guiding bolt at this thing.
Okay.
20 total.
Definitely hits.
Yikes. 6. 9 points of damage. Woof.
Okay. Bob, it is your turn again, sir.
I will have advantage.
I'm gonna hit it with this
Why
great
does
sword
Bob have
again.
advantage?
From guiding bolt.
Ah, yes.
Yeah. Nope. 18 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Oh, that was terrible. Well, it's 5 points of damage.
What kind of was
Plus
this
another-
magical or?
That one's the regular, and then
Okay.
1d6 for 1 point of damage of lightning.
Okey-doke.
And then I'm gonna do it again because he can get it again.
Oh, you notice that lightning does nothing to him. I mean, absolutely nothing.
Hopefully, it's just the regular hit will take something.
In fact, it
14
looks
to
like it looks like that lightning energized him.
Oh,
It's alive!
You've been waiting for that, haven't you? And what
well,
do you do?
Bob. Right there, Bob's just gonna try to do a second hit with the greatsword because he's just standing there. All he knows is to attack it. 14 to hit.
14 definitely hits. Damage, Bob?
I've got. That is 14 damage.
Okay. Its turn. It is going to attack Bob. Bob does 15 hit.
No.
I'm sure that 24 does.
Yes.
That's 10 points of damage to Bob. Bludgeoning. It is now Kerr's turn.
Oh boy.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
Oh boy. Birds will run in straight into the fray. On his way, he will say, Savid, I know that you are not used to fighting up close, but when you do, you want to put yourself in a strategic position so that you can gain every advantage on your opponent. And I will strike.
I was not able to get around him. He's kind of a big meatbag. But you were able to. Yes, you are smaller. You could fit in between him and the wall.
Just trying to
No,
help in a constructive.
I appreciate. I really do. I tried to get around him, but he like stopped me. He like put out his arm and he would not let me pass.
Not so sure it is a he.
Oh, I could not.
Supposed to be a bride.
I could not tell. It is a big bag of meat and flesh, and if those are breasts, then I think we should stop talking about it. It is not alive, and I would know. No, thank you.
You
We
brought
will
it
not
up.
talk about her anymore. I should not have assumed its gender.
She's a bride. I thought this was a bride of Strahd. So
Oh.
a 22 to hit.
I would not curse Strahd with this bride. That is a hit.
It would be 7 points of damage, and also another 2 points of damage on top of that. A second hit. Second swing. I don't want to presume. Would be a 25 to hit.
Oh, it's definitely a hit. You can presume all you want on that.
That is good. That is another 11 points of damage.
Okay.
And
You're pretty
spend the-
sure, Kurz, that you've done about that you've probably done about half of its hit points.
okay, then we will use a key point to do another flurry of blows.
Okay.
Oh, that isn't true. That is a 23 to hit.
23 hits.
That would be 10 points of damage.
Okay.
The last one would be a 22 to hit.
And that hits also.
That is 7 points of damage.
7 points of damage. Okay. Are you done, Kurz?
That is all I have in the chamber.
Okay. Talon. Belivar, you're on deck. What you got, Talon?
Tell him to move over to the corner to kind of get a sight on him and cast 2 beams of Eldritch Blast at him.
Okay.
One of those is a 17. The
Hit.
other is 8, so I don't think that one
The
hits.
8 does not hit.
He's a flesh goblin. What kind of AC is he using?
Exactly. He has no armor. She has no armor. She is wearing rags. Yeah.
I feel like on his first one, it'd be like a whole bunch of everything in it, though.
Yeah.
Just an experiment. That is a 9 points of force damage.
Filled
9
with
points of
rocks.
force damage. That did it. Okay. Is that your turn, Talon?
That is Talon's turn.
Okay. Belivar, you are up.
I'm going to be casting Dissonant Whispers at 2nd level.
Okay.
I need a Wisdom saving throw, please, sir.
You notice as you cast this that it. Give me an Arcana roll.
Okay, sir. That's another 19 for Arcana.
And what am I rolling on?
Wisdom.
Okay. I assume an 8 does not save, right?
No, it does not.
But you did notice that this thing like has higher resistance to magic, like maybe advantage, and it still didn't beat. So go ahead. Just wanted you to know.
Okay. So I can roll all these at once. I know there's a bunch of D6s in here, and I can't get any
you
of them
need
out.
to roll high
All right.
for you guys to be able to one round this thing. You need to roll high.
Getting it.
How many
So
D6s
four.
do you get to roll?
4. That was
Yeah, you can't. You would have had to. I would have had to have crit failed. You're not going to be able
4.
to end it.
That's a 1. That's another 4. I swear to God. And a 3.
Ouch.
So 12 damage total.
Okay. Savid, you're up again.
Savid,
You get advantage.
he does. He will take his first attack with his
It's not a magical
scimitar.
sword, but you get advantage.
21 for the first.
That's a hit.
And 23 for the second.
That's a hit.
8 points of slashing damage for the first one, and 9 points of slashing damage for the second.
You said 8 for the first, 9 for the second?
Yep.
Okay. Is that your turn, Savid?
That is David's turn, yes.
Joe, you were up.
I am going to hit it with a firebolt again.
Okay.
23 to hit.
Oh, that hits.
$18 points of damage.
You want to describe to me how you destroy this flesh golem?
I'm going to shoot it with the firebolt, and it's just gonna explode with a bunch of pieces that it was parted together with, just kind of going everywhere.
Curse
And the
Savid,
flame kind
Bob,
of lighting
give me
explodes on fire.
Curse Savid, Bob, give me a saving throw, a dex saving throw. Talon, give me a dex saving throw at advantage because you're behind Bob.
25.
Savid got an 8, or a 12.
Okay.
Savid got a 12. Unless...
Bob?
Got a 9.
Talon?
Talon got a 13.
Okay. Bob is covered in body parts and goo and blood and stuff, but everyone else was able to avoid it or just get hit with a little bit to where they wiped it off or it fell off immediately. But Bob does have goo on him. Yeah. It's disgusting, Bob.
We should clean up Bob. We don't want to smell that in a day or two.
No.
This
I
first
got
one smells
it.
like number 2.
Zavid
Yeah.
looks at it all and goes, "Do you think we should let them eat some of this also?"
No.
Okay, I don't know. They're animals, and I don't know.
We don't want to give them terrible habits and send them into the graveyard. And
Oh no, that's just true because if a bear tastes, or if a bear or a wolf, once it gets humanoid blood, like elf blood, human blood, it then becomes a man killer.
yeah, we're
do
trying
not-
to avoid
Yes,
any
we do
more
not
of
want
that.
we do not want no
Yeah.
more man killers. Okay.
No, do not.
Alicia, Savid has it all over him, right?
No, it's not really. I mean, there's some on Savid, but not a whole lot. But it's all over
Oh.
Bob.
Okay. Yeah.
Clean up
Alicia's
Bob.
just gonna start like prestidigitation Bob a little bit at a time while everybody files in.
Okay. You can hear the natives are very restless, and you can, as you file in there, you're seeing that the walls are all concrete, but each of the doors are metal barred doors. These look more like kennels that held livestock, or dogs, maybe. You know, what, like vicious animals, not homes. Staring through where you guys are, looking at an angle into this one, is where you were able to see. Where is it? There's a large number of them in there. You do see, it looks like 3 or 4 large ones that are caring for smaller ones. There is one that has a large, this kind of toad-like. There's one that's very spindly and spider-like. There's one that has this gigantic jaw, bottom jaw, but has insect wings. And then there's a bunch of really tiny, smaller ones like babies and young children. And they're all just kind of looking. You're seeing all kinds of different eyes just kind of looking out there, staring at you.
They're not afraid after what we just did.
No, not that one. I mean, not that cage. I mean, like I said, there's a bunch of little ones, and some of them are like the one with the massive jaw and the insect wings is kind of muttering to itself, and in one arm it's holding this furry, scaly little creature, and in the other arm it's holding one that has a very long monkey tail, that is like the massive jaw insect wing one is holding, but the monkey tail is wrapped around the arm, and that one is like hanging up like this on its shoulder. And it looks like that these 3 bigger ones are just taking care of these babies.
All right, should we call in Otto and Siegfried and
Yes.
get them to tell everybody to stay in their cells? Although,
Are we gonna do it in here or in the courtyard?
Yeah, where will
I
we
prefer to do it here, because then they're still contained.
Oz, what would you suggest?
I do not. I don't know. Um,
These are your family.
you see him like
You-
slowly walk down the row, kind of talk to him with Siegfried right next to him. He's like, these people, they are like our family before us. They they are not creatures. They are not created. They're they are here to help. They will take care of us. They will be nice, but we must be nice to them too. We must not attack them. We be good. We they killed the abbot. They killed Cloven. And when he says Cloven, you know, they killed Cloven. Majority of them, like you hear happy noises and whoops and hollers and um, it. You only hear a couple actual words. Mostly it's animal noises. Um, as Otto is doing that, Siegfried turns around and comes back and comes towards you all as Otto's explaining to him. And Siegfried goes, I think that maybe we should do like live out one cage at a time and just slowly maybe get them out there. Maybe give them pickles and corn that they're used to, but get them to calm down maybe by feeding them in. And maybe we go back to the room with the big table, or maybe we just leave. Maybe we stay here. But I think one door at a time until they calm down. But they are used to living in these cages, so to let them out would be nice. Also, I don't think all of them should be out though yet. Some of them are mean. Some of them are violent. So I don't think all of them should. But I think some should have choice. Some should be able to be free. We never thought we'd have these choices.
The upstairs has several beds and is open to a wider spot if we want to set up the table there, and you can lead them up.
You are the one called Belle. Belivar.
Bolivar, yes.
Very like a Bellevue, only you're Belivar. And I appreciate you thinking that all of us could eat at a table, but some of us would eat the table.
It's a magical table.
Oh,
This whole thing will be conjured as
can
a
we
table.
eat that magical table too?
I have not heard of anyone attempting it.
I think there are some that will try chewing on the table. Are there the like cloth napkins? Is it formal? Is it a formal dinner? Will there be plates? Some people will eat the plates. Oh, do the plates vanish after an hour too? Because some people would steal silverware. If somebody stole the silverware, would
Yes.
it vanish?
Yes, it would.
Good. Because some people shouldn't be allowed with knives. They would do much worse than run. It would be bad.
I believe you.
So you think maybe we lead them upstairs? One room at a time, lead upstairs?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Maybe children. Maybe the children first. Maybe that room with the children first, and then there's another room that is children. Those two rooms first, so they can get situated. The children do not eat
Yeah.
as much. Okay.
Sounds
Yes.
like a plan.
She
And
kind
We'll
of
head up to.
she starts
we'll
to
head up-
hobble away. But what were you gonna say, Alicia?
In those two rooms, are there any violent ones, or are they all going to be nice?
Oh no.
With the ones with the
There-
children.
Oh no, the children are nice. The ones with the children are nice. The ones
Okay.
with the children are nice. Yes, they are not violent.
The
No,
children hate yours.
they look
Okay.
they look mean. They look mean and scary, but they're not mean and scary. They're not mean. They look though. Some. So you open that first door, the one caddy corner.
Before we do that, Talon will lock the bottom door
Okay.
behind us, and then
Okay.
go up with Belvar and lock the top door too. And then go back down and take the keys with him.
Okay.
Belvar, before
Yes, I
anything
used
else.
wolf
So
monsters, but it's okay.
As
That's
I've said, they're not all different tokens.
No, I was not gonna do that. I thought about it, and then I was like, "Fuck that."
What?
I can't
all Belvar's
imagine.
gonna do is he's gonna try to wedge the door open with using one of the beds to kind of sort of keep the door wedged open and everything,
Uh-huh.
just so there's more room. And then he's gonna use the scroll to cast the feast while he's upstairs.
Before unlocking the bottom doors.
As they're doing this, he's gonna be up there wedging the door open, and as they're up, he's gonna then cast the spell.
Okay. So you guys
He's just
are
making it so there's
you're
more
talking about
room.
doing it where all the beds are up there.
Yes, kind of sort of
Okay.
like, but wedge the door so there's more room for people to move
Okay.
in and out.
Okay.
He's gonna make sure the other doors are still shut.
Okay.
They don't want just for the gruesome stuff in there.
And Otto and Siegfried and Otto will walk along, and they're like explaining, "You will go down. You will. They will direct you. You follow. You go where they say. You go up the stairs, and go around. There is food. There is lots and lots of food. Not just corn. Not just pickles. Not the roots in the garden, but lots of food, and drink." So in that first one, like I said, there's a large toad one. There's spindly spider limbs who crawls instead of walking, with two babies on its back. There's one that's hairless with crow talons and blackened teeth. There's one with sloth-like arms and its eyes don't match. There's one that like has jellyfish tendrils for hair. There's a hunchback with porcupine quills. There's one that has a big old bulbous nose and webbed toes, and as it walks by you, it's actually chewing on a chunk of wood. And as it walks by, Siegfried reaches out and goes, "No, Benak, no, there is real food, not wood, real food. Go," and it's trying to reach for the wood. And no, you go upstairs. I give back. Go upstairs, eat real food. Then there is one that has no ears, that is scales and fur, the monkey tail one. There's one that has crab claws, and as it walks by you, all it keeps saying is, "Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you." There's one that has deer antlers, and its skin looks more like bark. There's one that has like goggle eyes, like the eyes are just like boom, boom.
Like what?
Right.
There's one that has lion ears, and is softly singing to herself as she walks by, just like in her own little world. There's one that looks almost like it has a turtle shell, but it's actually like attached to it. There's one that walks by that its eyes are like completely glazed over, almost white, like Joe, like your one eye. Okay. Um, and it is just sniffing as it's walking, trying to find its way. Across from you, where there's just three in there, 1, 2, and 3. Um, they stay in the back of their cage. There's one that Siegfried has to go in and help out. And as she helps her out, she's kind of hunched back. She has cat eyes, but rabbit ears, and she's cradling a candlestick with a candle in it, like it's a child, just kind of cradling it. And you hear Siegfried whimpering, "It's okay. It's okay. Nobody will take your baby. There is food upstairs for you and your baby." And she helps her out. There's another one in there that has like leathery wings, but they're definitely not for flying. But looks very dog-like, and it's just kind of crying. And then there's one that has like a mouse face, but its feet are hooved, almost like a satyr. And it's whispering, "Thank you, thank you. We appreciate everything you did for us. Thank you." You get to the next one. And this one, Siegfried and Otto say that maybe you should wait on that one because they're all fighting, except for that one right there, the bottom one. The bottom one is not fighting. It's sitting in the corner laughing at the other ones fighting. But there is one that's like looks like a huge ape upper body with a pig's face, like yelling at the other ones. There's one that's very reptilian but has a peacock tail. There's one that has 4 eyes, and then there's another one with bat wings and goat horns. The one cackling is kind of hiding behind a statue that is in there, a pretty large statue. But the one cackling has bird feet, and its face kind of looks very fox-like. But Otto says, "Look, they're fighting. They're fighting over who gets to go first. So I don't know if we should let them out. Maybe make them wait until they can get along. What do you think?"
And would they behave if they were given corn and pickles first, like you suggested?
Yes. Corn and pickles first, and they will be good. They will start fighting because they're getting food. And maybe Meza could stop laughing and she could go. Yes.
How much do you guys usually get when he comes through? Like, is he like a couple of kernels a person, or does he at least shovel in a good?
Usually it's like 2 or 3 pickles per cage, and like 1 good cup that he throws in the cage.
All right.
That's not very nice.
But
We can do better than that.
Yeah. We'll kind of whistle at him, like, "Hey guys, time to calm down a little bit and stop fighting. And can you like put the corn under the door, or does it just, do you kind of have to? I don't really want to leave my hand through the bars."
Why?
toss it, can
Are
you?
you giving them? I could hand it. How do you? What do you do? I mean, like, are you talking about give each one a cup? What are you doing?
Well, trying to give them something to kind of bring down the food aggressive. Like,
Do you have? Do you have 4 pickles? And Meza can come if they calm down, and the 4 pickles and like 2 scoops corn, and then Meza can come out and stop laughing, Meza. It's not funny that they fight over food.
We
Oh.
have at least 6 scoops of corn, I think, right?
You give two scoops corn for them, and do you got 4 pickles for them? They usually fight over 1 pickle.
We
If
don't
they each
have
get-
pickles.
Oh, there's no pickles. No,
Well-
there's food upstairs. You just stop fighting. You get food.
Will these ones eat a bowl, or will they eat out of a bowl?
They will eat out of bowl. They will not eat the bowl. They do not.
They won't eat the bowl.
No. Meza,
Okay.
that's not funny, Meza. She laughs
At least
at
he is gonna.
everything.
At least he's gonna pull the set of bowls that she has out. I imagine there's probably 6 of them.
Okay.
And Talon, can you put the corn in these, and then we can put the bowls in there?
Yes, actually, and he'll kind of dump out the corn from his bag. And then
I'm gonna fill up the bowls,
Kinda
and I'm gonna
hand
head
it
them
And
to
in there.
Otto to put in there.
Okay.
Oh, good, and there's 5.
I'm gonna move the ones that went upstairs out for now. But they do kind of calm down when they each have their own cup of corn. Across from them, as they sit down and they're eating their corn, there are 8 in the cage across from them, singing and dancing in a circle, praising the people who bring them food. And when you finally open the gate, they come by and they're like prancing. They're all like holding hands in a line, almost like a Congo line, only they're holding hands, singing and dancing and just thanking you all, praising you. There's the leader of them, who's the one in the front. She looks like a cross between a fox and a raccoon. The one directly behind her is kind of a frog, but has like a squirrel tail, squirrel teeth, and sings off key horribly. The one after her looks a lot like a penguin, a peacock, and a flamingo mixed. Then there is one that it has like a conch shell, like here, like over its right shoulder and head and everything, and its left arm is almost like a tentacle. The next one looks a whole lot like a fucking kinku. I mean, a whole lot like a kinku. It's actually able to sing in 2 different tones at the exact same time. The next one is very goat-like, almost like a satyr, and is slapping his thigh to the beat. The next one is very cat-like, but has a human face and is hopping. And then the last one is a cute little girl that has walrus tusks, and her skin is very walrus-esque. Otherwise, she looks like this cute little girl with walrus tusks, and they're just happy as happy can be. It's like, yay, we have been saved. The exact opposite of across the hall, where they're all fighting and everything. Then you get to this one. You guys are like saving all kinds of people. Look at you being all good and everything.
Didn't realize there'd be this many.
We
anyone
are.
who's keeping track, yeah, there's more than 40. Just so you know.
Yeah.
This one, they are 15C. I think they're chanting in this one. Yeah, they're sitting in the middle of the room, and they're forming a ring, and they appear to be casting some kind of a spell. I'm not going to make any of you roll Arcana or anything like that because you can tell it's not a fucking spell. Okay? It's a bunch of animal-like people, mongrel folk, who are fucking crazy, who think they can cast a spell.
Okay.
There's one that is similar to a Kinku, only is blind, obviously blind. There's another one that looks a lot like an owlin. Then there's a frog-esque one whose throat bubbles out as he speaks. Another one is very snake-like. The next one has gills like a fish and antlers. And it mimics the feeding bell. I mean, when she opens her mouth, you hear the bell that you've heard before. And it's almost as loud as the fucking bell, too. The next one looks like the cross between a badger and a porcupine. And the last one, who's constantly laughing, his face is like, so almost down the center of the line. Like this eye is higher, this eye's a little lower. His mouth goes like this. The nose is crooked. The eyes, and they're not the same. Like it's almost like somebody took two different faces and only put half on this side and half on that side. Otherwise, he looks pretty normal. Other than that, and he's just kind of laughing as he goes by. He's like, "Thank you. This is the greatest day ever. It's the greatest day ever. Thank you for feeding us. Thank you." And you killed the abbot. I'm so glad that the abbot is dead, and Cloven is dead, and you are really good. Thank you very much. We thank you very much. Across from that one, are more babies. There are 3 adults and 7 babies. There's one that actually has a kangaroo pouch with a baby in the pouch, and another one that she's holding. There's a woman that has Aarakocra-like wings, but her head is very snake-like. And then there's one that looks like, almost like a werebear. And she's holding two little infants herself. You guys all right there? Just listening to me describe all the different animals, monsters, and babies.
Yep.
Any of you getting any ideas from any of them? Of what they could be used for? Just curious. I know that if a certain other person was here, he'd be like, okay, this one can be used for this, and this one can be used for that. And
I am glad he's not here.
Alicia is watching them all walk by and taking notes.
I will send you the list of them so that you can...
That would be great, because I can't type that fast.
Their names are on here too, just so you know.
Oh, yes.
Because if anybody would care, it would be Alicia the Druid.
I was going to say,
what?
Be trying to figure if they're actually
I'm just the magic guy.
looking to see, like, okay, these ones aren't so bad. Maybe this will work. And then, you know, in the group, did we do? This is more than we signed up for.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You want to know grand total? 60.
Oh.
Yeah.
And that is it even said, "Hey, you could add more," and I'm like, "Why? Why would I add more?"
That's a lot.
Ain't enough to add more.
I'm gonna
Jeez.
have to put in study hours tomorrow when I get that list.
Yeah.
So this last one on the left has 9 inside of it. And it is, they're all very hungry. They are drooling. There is one that has like one eye is much bigger than the other, and his face looks almost bear-like, and he's just growling. He's like, "I'm so fucking hungry. Oh my god, I'm hungry. Oh, I hope there's a lot of food up there, cause I am hungry, hungry." There's one that looks like a hairless satyr. And you actually, Joe, you spot it. It actually has a bone dagger that it's kind of hiding.
Okay. Is anybody who's going to be opening the door?
I assume
Talon-
Otto or Zeke is right there with you.
Okay,
I don't
I'm
know
gonna
who's
let them
opening
know
exactly,
that.
but
Yeah, I will let them know that we probably shouldn't open that just yet because of the dagger. And maybe we should give them some of the other food first to just try to calm them down. I don't need that person running by with a bone dagger and potentially hurting all of us.
as you're thinking
Alicia,
about
you're
that. Oh, go ahead. No, go ahead.
yeah. Yeah, Alicia, you're with us going through the cages.
Mhm.
All right, I'll have to ask you, Unicorn, because I gave all I had the
Okay,
fighter.
yeah,
So
yeah. She has no problem dishing up some more. She only took like maybe a couple pouches full because she wasn't intending to give him to here yet. But she will absolutely empty what she has left for this problem.
Okay.
perfect, because yeah, Talon wasn't expecting to feed them out of this.
No, not
Yeah, this
quite
one
that
has
many.
one that's very scaled and sinewy, which is starving. There's one that's fish-eyed with slitted pupils, licking the air constantly. Um, there's one that has a canine snout but horns, curled horns, whining and snarling. Um, there's one that looks very much like a rat, who's missing a few fingers, and his eyes are twitching as he's looking everywhere. There's one that's cloven feet with tusks, who has a bunch of dried blood around his mouth. And then there's one that's very mole-like. And then there's one that just has all kinds of patches of fur and a very long tongue. That just keeps rocking, going, "Meat, meat, we're gonna get meat, we're gonna get meat, we're gonna get meat, we're gonna get meat." So it's very similar to the one that you guys didn't open earlier that you decided to feed. So it's a good idea. And then, what?
Does that help calm them down at all?
Yes, it does. They start calming down. They calm down a lot faster than the other one did, because the other one they were actually fighting.
Yeah.
This one they weren't fighting at all, although it looks like they may have been fighting before you got there.
Okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna ask. Are the like the one with blood on his mouth? Do the others look like wounded, like they've been trying to eat each other?
The one that's missing fingers.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Meat's back on the menu.
Meat's back on the menu, boys.
The
Sometimes
last
your last
one.
meal becomes honor.
The last one has, when you turn around and look in there, Alicia and Talon and you guys, there's a fort. They built a fucking fort inside of it. Let me see if I got a better description of that fort. It's made out of shattered furniture and torn draperies, um, and and they're like kind of cackling and laughing as they're hiding in their fort. Um, and Otto gets them both to come out. He's like, Trinks, Fozzie, come on, we're gonna go eat. We're gonna go eat. And one sticks out his head, um, and he looks like a fucking raccoon. Um, and he's got a stick as a sword, and he's like, are the monsters all gone? Yes, Trinks. Yes, the monsters. These nice people, they killed the monsters. All the monsters. There's more monsters outside. I heard them. There's more monsters outside. They live among the corn. The monsters live among the corn. Oh, okay, Trinks, come on. Leave your sword. Go eat. But my sword. Trinks, leave your sword. Nobody will take it. You can come home to it later. Later, you come home to your sword. That was Siegfried. He's like, oh. He looks right at you, whichever one of you there. He goes, do not steal this sword. It is a family heirloom. It means a lot to me. And he slowly lays the stick down on the ground, and he pushes some leaves over it to try to hide it. And then he scurries out, and he does. He just looks like a fucking raccoon. And then there's Fozzie, who comes out. Fozzie has antler horns, and his feet, one foot is like a size 8, and the other one's like a size 15. And he kind of drags the size 15 foot behind him. And he's just kind of laughing. He's like, thank you for feeding us. It's very nice. Thank you for getting rid of the monsters. Thank you. And he just piles out of the room also. The second room you guys came to that you had to quarantine for a little while, by the time you get done with the fort people there, calm down enough to where Otto is able to get the bone knife away, and you can let them all go. And then the 4 that were fighting, you do see the one of that other group, the one that had blood around their mouth, and you saw the rat kind of holding its hand where it's missing fingers. You see the one with the blood on his mouth kind of pat the rat on the shoulder and go, sorry, I just got hungry. But the 4 that were fighting, by the time everyone else is done, the 4 that are fighting are done fighting, and you're able to let them out too. And all the mongrel folk are able to go upstairs and eat. And now you guys have a week to figure out what the hell are you going to do with 60 of these? Well, 64 if you include, Otto and Siegfried and the 2 outside that are still chained up.
Yeah. Teach them how to eat, or make their own food and hunt.
Hey, Seti.
Yes, sir.
When we dealt with the crows at the Wizard of the Wine, they said that they hadn't seen corn for like a couple generations, right?
Right.
Did it look like this guy had a stockpile at one time down there? He'd just been hoarding it.
Yeah, you do know that there is a very small little... You can see where there used to be more corn, but you can also... Sorry about that, Joe. You can see down here, they do have some corn planted that is still within the wall. And the scarecrows are surrounding it. But it's actually the only corn that you guys have seen. And not all that is corn. Oh, the raven came down here. Okay. Somebody moved the raven. Okay. That's fine.
You did when you moved everything.
Oh, did I? Okay.
Yeah.
So,
He's following his new best friend.
right on. These back
Agree.
8 rows are corn. These 4 and these 4 are root vegetables.
Okay.
But you also
And they're
outside
growing
the
okay.
okay is kind of relative. They are not. It is not a bumper crop.
Not yet.
It does not look like it's great corn. It looks more like it's feed corn.
There's
This
still
up-
snow all around. I guess is my
This
question.
elevation, this is
Yeah.
shit corn.
Yeah, shit corn would be better of word than feed corn. Yeah, there's snow on the ground, so it's not like it's a good harvest right now. It's more along the lines of maybe the abbot was using some magic to help with the corn growing and the food growing this late in the season.
Okay.
And the druid
Did-
gets happy.
I was gonna say, didn't Norman try to do that?
Norman did. Yeah.
Did he actually do it?
Yeah,
Okay.
Norman pulled it off.
A little bit.
So,
At the winery.
yep.
So we might be able to salvage something for them. But they definitely want meat. And we can't just leave a goat or a couple of goats and expect them to last that long. So we're
Not long
probably
enough
going to need to teach
thing.
them. Yeah.
You have a week.
Yeah.
You have a week. A week, a druid, and yeah. With that, Sunday night. I'm sorry I spent so much time describing the monsters, but there were a couple in there you needed to hear about in case you did need to do anything with them or want to do anything
They
with
are
them.
not monsters.
There you go. Way to care already, Kerr. Yeah,
Hers has been like that for weeks now.
Kerr's has been like that for weeks. But you know, you guys are monsters, and I appreciate you monsters being here for us. I appreciate
You know
you
what
watching.
they're doing.
What? Is that what they're doing?
You know
That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
They're watching. They're watching.
The monsters know what they're doing.
The monsters do know what they're doing.
That is true.
Would you please come back and watch again next Sunday night? And if you're fiending during the week, I'm here Sunday through Thursday with a different group each night. But these guys, these are the replacements. And they'll be back next Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time. Please tune in and watch them. Please. Replacements. Why don't you tell the good people good night and you love them?
Have a good night. Thank you for watching.
Love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.